Hello and welcome back to Borderlands. We have again another of our, I don't know what to call it, like vaguely, fully homebrew system that I'm cobbling together. Please be patient. Not fully, we have a basis, but that's not irrelevant right now. So, last session, our band of Vault Hunters with a question mark took off. What was it? I'm stumbling over words already. Today's started great, guys. Last time we picked up is you guys had arrived at. You were arriving at. Wow, this is bad, guys.
Above visuals.
9
hours talking.
Yeah, you were dealing with the fact that 3 technicals had bounced over some hills, ramped up next to you, and screamed out, "It's time for a siren hunt." After a number of rounds of combat with them, that includes some jumping between cars, some exploding psychos, some rocket launchers, grappling hooks, good old keel hauling, and some general wreckage rolling and destruction. The bandits were dealt with, nobody was downed, nobody was particularly unhealthy, I don't think, and everybody proceeded on their way to Overlook. Arriving there later at night, in the evening about 4 or 5, most of the group decided to take a look around the town, seeing what all was out and about. They discovered a number of spots of interest, including the Holy Spirit, a medical place, and what looked like some sort of gun shop.
You called it an armory location. Armorer location.
The gun shop seemed to be the one. He had some in there.
Okay. It is both.
Correct.
Shirts with cannons.
Armory. Seems to be armory would probably be a better term than. However, Barry decided to stay back in the vehicle and now knows what small child harassment looks like. And discovered they don't need to breathe. The rest of the group continued to look around before deciding to head to the Holy Spirit's bar. Getting themselves some food, some drink, and 2 of you got a spot to stay with another hospitality war kicking off over who paid.
3.
However, 3?
Yeah.
Bertram staying in as well, apparently.
Okay.
Oh, did I pay?
No, Nessa paid.
Oh no, there we go.
Nessa beat you on this one. However, the rest of you heading out, as everybody was getting up to head out that was leaving for the trucks, Jethro, you heard a voice shout out, "Jethro Bags, you son of a bitch." And that is where we pick up. I am immediately curious, what is Jethro's first reaction to this?
Does he recognize the voice?
Roll a history check for me.
All right.
This will be a challenge.
All of the knowledge skills get to be at +5, so that's a dirty 20.
That's sweet. Yeah, you know this voice. It sounds like Charlie, one of the part of the construction crew at the torque factory you were working at.
Stops a second. Charlie?
As you stop, you feel a heavy hand just smack into your shoulder like one of those hefty pat on the backs. Jethro, I thought you were dead. And as people...
Been blown up a few times.
And as everybody turns around to see you, you see a decently tall, kind of portly man wearing like thick construction, like thick, durable material, balding head. Bit of like a hefty, like mustache, goatee kind of thing. It's got a bit of a beard going that doesn't go up the side of the face. Well, shit, it's good to see you made it out. We weren't so sure after you didn't show back up after that last big bang.
Which one? There were several. Holds up and does a little quotation mark. Last big bangs.
Well, last one that took out the factory, sunk it down to the bottom of that gorge. Haven't put it back up yet since, apparently.
Yeah, I ended up getting hospitalized and going off planet.
We're wondering, saw you running through the chaos and shit, but I was trying to get out. Sorry I didn't stop for you. Ever hear what happened to that place? Last I knew they were just saying some technical malfunction, but we've heard that ball and bullshit before.
Look, for all we know, some jackass could have left the loader without electrical tape on it that had any kind of spark somewhere, and it went to the gunpowder room.
Fucking big yag, wasn't it?
Actually, no. He was down in the pipes.
Well, that's believable.
He was where he loved to be. I sent a new guy down there with him who needed to learn a lesson.
Poor bastard. It's probably why we didn't see either of them again. That's kind of deep in there. Well, fuck, can I get you a drink? You look kind of rough and tumble out here. Yes, we all do, though.
Actually, we're about rounding up for the day. It's been a long day.
Well, fair enough. Well, if you're in town anymore and need any help or something, just ask around.
Yep,
I'll be probably over there by that cliffside. I'm currently working on fixing some of those supports.
Yeah, I'll probably be doing some weapon hunting in the morning, scouting this place out somewhat.
Stop on over there at Silas's place. He got some good shit.
That the man on the hill?
Around the bend up a little bit. Look for, probably past it, not a big town. Bodies for bullets. No, sorry. I'm a little in my drink right now. Bullets for bodies.
Yeah, I'd probably see a sign or some bodies anywheres. They got some people
well.
with you from ammo.
I won't hold you up if you're busy to it.
I'm just heading to bed.
That's fair. I probably should do similar, but I need to get me another round.
Stay warm.
Stay healthy. And he wanders off. Just had to give you a small heart attack.
Going over. Oh. Passing Barry on the way back.
You're not passing Barry. You're heading back. Barry's locked in the vehicle. And it's starting to get dark out in the sunset. And as you get closer, you realize there's a kid sitting on the technical, like the bed of the technical, kicking their legs. And as you get close, you can just hear the stream of talking.
Take the long way around to get back to the truck.
Not much of a long way, heading from the Spirits Tavern, Holy Spirits, to that, because they're both right there on the edge of town.
Parking lot, bar. Let's go this way. Turns left.
Whatever way is around.
Okay, go to the passenger side of the Lancer. Anybody heading out to the Lancer to stay there will hear this. No, I'm pretty sure this child does not breathe.
And I hear them from inside the thing with my earbuds on.
Are you stopping to listen?
No, I'm inside the car.
No, I'm saying, are you trying to see if you can hear them?
No.
Good. It's questionable.
I'm asking, can I hear them while deliberately ignoring them as much as I can?
You're not sure if it's your imagination or them talking. But I will say, before long, you hear like a vaguely louder noise where they stop, wave, and they rush off.
Demon spots
back into town.
Rolls up in a corner of the Lancer, goes to sleep.
All right. Anything for everybody heading to bed? You guys will get up top, by the way, to the room. She points around. It's a bit to the back and downstairs out of the corner. It only has a single full-size bed. Not really meant for much people. Just kind of tossed on tossed on a frame with all that, and like one random blanket and like a couple random blankets and pillows tossed on. But nothing bad. Floor is relatively clean.
This is good news for me.
It is. Fair. I do have to ask, is anybody setting any kind of watch?
Besides the fact I'm guarding the Lancer? Probably not.
I got my little
gonna watch the door.
Okay.
Little familiar droid.
you have a window in this room?
No.
Okay.
You're kind of in like a basement room.
And this obviously isn't the only room down in the basement.
Well, no, but this is to be the basement. This is the room they led you to. There seems to be like you probably got a gap through the door. It seems to be like a couple storage rooms down here.
What specifically I'm asking for is there anything suspicious about the location of the room? Like, you know, a lock being on the outside to keep people in rather than...
I mean, there's no lock on it, but that's less of a malicious and more of the doorknob. Just like, you know how you turn a doorknob and it's supposed to catch, and this one just keeps spinning?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of busted.
It's a broken down room. Nothing to be concerned about.
Plague-bearing rats come pouring out of the eaves of the building.
Just fall off the side of the cliff. It's okay. No, you're not up against the cliff. That's a joke. All right, heading down to the night. Texas
Falling
watching.
off too many cliffs.
You have fallen off a good few. Texas staying and watch. Anybody else?
Got my little drone.
Okay, just make perception checks.
I should have had this pulled up, but owl. Okay,
15.
15 as well.
And just to toss out there, I probably should have had, probably don't need to say this, but assume as in the robotics, as in no food, eat, sleep, none of that.
They don't even need gas.
No, they're powered by pure Digistruct, baby. Do we really want to get into that? But, what's Texas?
15.
15? Okay. Most of the night goes well. What would you have them wake you up for? I am curious.
If someone tried to enter the room.
Okay, and the other one? For Jethros?
What?
What would you have them wake you up for?
If it looks like anyone's being suspicious around the vehicle, like trying to break in, like steal gas or slash a tire for some reason, etc.
Buy upholstery.
Okay. Most of the night goes without any particular hitch, issue, problem, blah, blah, blah. I will say early morning when the sun is up and out. I don't know how early everybody wakes up. If you're like an early bird riser, tell me now.
I'd probably say Schmied is.
Okay.
Probably.
Probably. Okay. Anybody else? Or do you guys kind of sleep in a little? And I mean early, like 7 a.m., 6 a.m., like just 7 a.m., 8 a.m. maybe.
What all did we do
Nessa's
yesterday?
gonna sleep in a little bit.
Okay.
Drive a lot. / ride in a car a lot.
I guess I will get up early. Just go for a run. Stretch a little bit.
Okay, going for a run around the town.
Yeah.
All right, you are out for a run and coming back, probably on your way back, when you hear a very loud, like, probably like, you know, when somebody like saws the muffler off or rusts away to make it just louder and more obnoxious. And probably most of you can hear this that are awake. Hear like one of them coming up with a lot of hooting and hollering. And it skids up to a stop to the outside of Overlook, right by the Holy Spirit's entrance. And it is like a hard, like caution yellow and orange pieces, like painting all over it with pieces like probably pulled from like. It doesn't look like car construction. It looks almost like building construction pieces on the side of it.
got one of those building ramps that they put on a building, and then it's still there 5 years later.
Kinda. It's just always gonna be there. On the big outside of it looks to be like this, like calligraphy, like arcing worm-like shape with a head that comes down into a point and like two flailing arms coming off instead of like this jagged hexagon-ish shape with the bottom missing. And you see a couple bandits jump off of it, from out of it, and go inside and just loudly the door open.
It's a truck.
Yeah, it's a technical.
Okay.
On top of it, mounted, is what you can see is probably like this flat, wide, what would we know as a saw blade launcher. So kind of like a turret that spins around that's mounted on the base of it is like a flat, wide one meant for like the discs to shoot along and out. And there's a number of people still in the vehicle, but a couple of them jumped off and went inside. That's hurt.
Do I hear any of this from inside the Lancer with my makeshift earmuffs on?
No. No, you will not. But everybody else can.
Barry sleeps
Nessa,
peacefully on.
probably don't. You said you're sleeping in, so you probably don't know this. But everybody else can hear it, notice it. I don't know where Bertram will be. They assume.
Just crustily opening their eyes, bloodshot. Just
Very possibly.
Oh, were you sleeping in? I thought you said you were getting up early.
No.
no.
I apologize, and you're probably still asleep for at least a portion of this.
Are you sure? Are you sure they don't hear it?
For a second, don't worry, they'll wake up soon.
I imagine Crystal probably got up early and then snuck out because they didn't want to be a jerk.
Yep, they're on their way back actually from the run when this is happening. They can see them pull up, be loud and proud. But you hear a door. I'm gonna say what jerks you guys is awake is you guys hear a loud door just BAM! Slam open, almost like somebody kicked it open, and you hear, China! Bitch! You owe us some protection money.
How many people are still on the technical, did you say?
In the technical itself, 5.
Okay, fine. I was imagining a much smaller vehicle.
Hey, can I go ahead and pop my flame turret up?
Yes, absolutely. You're still at the Lancer and not interacting, so this isn't combat. Fully
Okay.
available to.
Just pulling it up and looking over there.
It
How
lasts
many there are?
an hour.
3 of them went inside. It looks like 5 of them are in the vehicle.
Yep. Looks like we're doing this first thing in the morning. Okay. Are you awake over there?
And everybody inside here is, I told you once, last time, fuck off. I ate the Zaffords. I don't give a damn.
Barry's sleeping peacefully with his earmuffs on. Are you going to go wake him up?
No, I was doing a radio comm.
I don't know if he's heard any of that.
That's up to Matt, I guess.
Matthew.
Yeah, if you have your ears muffled, you probably don't hear much. You purposely went out of your way to muffle yourself and be quiet. And have quiet. And the shouting is now inside of a building across the way.
Nessa, you want to get involved in what sounds like a shakedown?
Not really.
Where's Crystal at?
Hey,
I don't
not
know.
to be, that person. What?
They seem to be on comms.
Do you mind if I go and steal a vehicle?
Oh, hey, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Did you see the same one that just pulled up?
5 people in it? Yeah, I'm gonna light them on fire.
Bertram's just kind of looking at the echo screen, then looking back at Nessa. It sounds like they're gonna get involved.
Opening the door. Hey, Barry.
Do I hear this?
Probably not.
Barry's
After all,
muffled in his sleep.
give him a little shake. Hey, Barry.
That you do.
Barry opens his eyes and just stares at you.
Hey, we got some bandits to go kill first thing in the morning. There are like 5 of them.
You see his lips moving.
Barry stands up.
I'm gonna go light them on fire. You can probably blow the shit out of them. Give him like a wave gesture, like you can see his turret's already on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Barry goes forth to find things to explode. Does he see anything to go explode?
Oh, there's a tentacle full of bandits.
Okay.
Barry goes over there. Oh wait, no, we still have to do things, don't we?
I have a feeling that this might be initiative very shortly so that we can actually understand what's going on. Matt, do you have any scenes that you want to do while I attempt to get Nessa to follow me up the stairs stealthily? Because I don't like what I'm hearing.
Forget stealth exists.
This went from 0 to 100 way quicker.
You're
than
in
I
a different
expected.
area than we are. Nessa, they're
That's
gonna
what
do
mission.
stuff.
Dude,
Stay
I
low.
have to go.
Mission.
It'd probably be
You don't
safer
have to
for
go.
us. Stay low, follow me.
You hear the
Can't have
shouting
to
match.
Can't I shoot them from the window?
Not here, there is no window in this room. We'd have to go out to the bar, which I think we'd have to go to anyway. It sounds like that's where things are happening. Yeah. Let's just see if we can observe what's going on before we, go up there and probably get shot or buzz-axed or some fucking bullshit.
It's always something here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Come on, tell...
Why?
I don't know, man. Tell Tex to stay low. Follow me. Let's be quiet.
Come on, bud.
If you guys are going to try and be quiet, please roll stealth checks. The shouting continues back and forth. At this point, it's kind of... It was like mild threats before, and now it's just down to, like, obscenities and profanity screamed at each other.
I got a 21.
Tex got a 14 and Nessa got a 19.
Okay. That's more than sufficient. As you guys start to creep up, and you see inside... you guys get the description as the better one. What seems to be one bandit, specifically a bandit, not a striker, who seems to have this odd exoskeletal yellow metal arm piece that goes over his actual arm, and holding a revolver, like an actual Jacob's revolver in the other hand.
Does it look like cybernetics or like armor? Like, is this Reese from Tales?
It looks like a exoskeleton over a normal arm.
Okay.
Think it's like a kind of chunky, blocky,
Power gauntlet-y
yellowish
looking.
one. It's kind of like for anybody who's played the descriptor of the engineers from the engineers that pick barrels up and throw them at you, or just jump and punch.
So like the power fisty looking things from the Bald Guys.
It looks kind of power fisty. And just flanking on either side of him just look to be two kind of nondescript bandits. Just a male and female there holding what seems to be a... What's it called? Names are slipping me. One has what looks like a Torg rifle in hand. And the other one has a Vladoff rifle in hand.
I'm gonna get on the Echo real quick since I see them. Before you guys do anything, one of the people in here looks like they might be opportunity related, and we got warnings about that place.
Hey, okay, we can keep that one alive. Maybe.
Well, it's probably their entire gang, but
I don't think Barry can hear anything, period, right now. I'm sorry.
Well, when you got up, I assumed you took your earbuffs off, so you could...
He did not. He didn't say he did.
he's going into battle deafened.
He just stood
If
up.
you want to go in deafen, fucking go for it. Absolutely fair. Barry, you can't hear. Proceed forward.
He is immune to sonic damage. Hold on, let me see what other things
He's
that
all-
actually...
He's only going to hear explosions and gunshots, and maybe some screams.
The Doom soundtrack starts to play.
Pretty much.
Yeah, deafened is just can't hear and automatically fails ability checks requiring hearing. Doesn't even give immunity to sonic damage on the actual page, but normally it says that in the spells.
Normally the effect translates through. If it's actually an audio thing. If it's something like Chromatic Orb, it still does it because you're just getting hit with a ball of sound of vibrational force.
It's hit and miss.
So it's kind of a mix of what's the source of sonic or thunder damage in this case. How is it dealing it?
But irrelevant. We're staying quiet while we're watching this scene, and whatever's happening outside is about to happen.
They're getting like closer to an issue in all this, and you'll notice that Jana, you guys can see this from your angle because the way you come up, you can see the like side of the bar that's open that she uses to get in and out. So you can see that while she's shouting, one hand has been like creeping down for what seems to be like a heavy shotgun down there of some kind. You can see like the handle sticking out. And she's like, "Get the fuck out of my bar! This ain't yours. None of this is gonna be yours. I ain't gonna pay you shit. You ran the Zaffids off. I don't care. I ain't with them. I have more guts than them. So, leave my fucking bar." He's like, "You have to pay. You're not an Overlook anymore. So, you have a protection fee. Or something might happen."
What's happening outside?
Tragedy, Pandora. That
Something,
kind of stuff.
something might happen. That just sounds like the cue.
Yeah, yeah.
Outside.
Something might happen. Is this immediate violence or threatening?
No, I mean,
curious.
they're still working on their thing outside. I took the
rolled
scene
a
away, but you
27.
guys they were actively about to do stuff.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
27 on initiative.
I was going to get in position to go hostile to the driver's seat.
Roll initiative. Roll a stealth check first, actually, for Crystal to see where she is along with this.
I don't know if she'll stealth if she sees Barry unhooking Maul and fucking dunk.
I was gonna say, what are
She's not. She doesn't have to.
let's go. Say, what are the psychics and psychos and bandits saying as Barry's approaching?
No, that's a good question. Barry can't hear anything.
Jethro can.
Is Jethro approaching with Barry?
Jethro was going over there.
Okay, I'm just making sure so I know where everybody is. There's a lot going on in multiple scenes right now.
I have a
Jethro
21.
just parented Barry at
Hold
them,
on.
so
21.
they shall explode.
Matt, they literally woke up and chose violence.
They did. They
Literally.
did. Immediately woke up and went, "Well, let's go, people."
Prophet just came to our front door.
Oh, you hear one of them going, "Are you ready for the thresh match? We're gonna toss somebody in. It'll be great." Everyone's like, "Yeah, we're just waiting to see what happens. I got 50 on blue. What about you?" "No, I'm going for orange." One of the psychos is like, just has the mask up and is just kind of like gnawing on the handle of his buzzsaw. The other one's like hanging from the base of one of the like roll cages that is just like hitting there and just kicking one of them in the back of the head.
Yeah, you're outside with everybody else.
Yeah.
If you're going over there with the people that are choosing violence, then that's on you.
Yeah, I have no idea where
How
Shmeat was.
close to Barry is Jethro?
Probably
Just
say,
outside
probably
of explosion range.
I was gonna say probably giving him like a 10-foot gap to the side.
That's fair.
Keeping in mind that Barry does not look very friendly this morning.
Jethro has seen his explosion range and is staying outside of it.
Well, we're at initiative as shit was about to go down in the bar. Shit's about to go down outside. So everybody roll. I forgot my dice. Oh no, I forgot my dice. I'm a mess
It's about to
tonight.
be fun.
It's okay, let's set ourselves up immediately in opposition to opportunity. I'm sure that's fine. 14, by the way. Not that it
That's
matters.
exactly what we're doing, Eric.
But
That's
I
exactly what
imagine
we're
that
doing.
he's going to do an initiative count whenever he gets his dice out.
I'm sorry, I am a failure.
Just want a new car. That's
Cool.
all.
You're going to go eat it.
If I just have a
No,
new
you-
car.
Look, we're thinking the same thing here.
I'm just gonna roll one for everybody outside and one for everybody inside.
There's anything left at the
She
Oh,
just
no.
wants to put a saw blade launcher in the front of the Lancer so she has a gun.
Oh no.
Actually, that'd be sick as hell. Do that.
What do you get?
Okay, let's
Everybody-
go. Let's go, people. 30 to 25, because I have to ask that question now.
Because Barry.
1d7.
Everybody outside sitting there with like a 22 initiative or something.
25 to 20.
21.
22.
That was like the beat that. That had such a ha moment to it.
Everything's gonna kick off outside, and then everybody's gonna leave, and then it's gonna be just gonna give Nessa a look. We're gonna make a decision.
Oh, I have to roll one more. Sorry. Let me go real quick.
This is specifically for the guy with the fucking punchy arm.
No, it was for Jana. I forgot to roll Jana's.
Okay.
Did you roll
So-
an initiative for the kid?
I
That
am
is
now. All right.
I don't know
should've
where
rolled
he
for the
is,
kid.
but
Small child might die.
I technically have to roll for my familiar, but it's staying in the car.
No, you don't. It's just part of your turn. Fuck that.
It's
20 to
staying.
15.
I have 17.
I hear no others.
Whistles.
right, my natural 1 counter. God, I should open that.
17 is Schmeat. 15 to 10.
14.
Keeping that 20 counters off Addie's.
2, 3, 4, 5. Nessa, what did your initiative be? What? I think you're muted.
8.
8? Okay. Alright. Alright. 8 is Nessa. 5 is the outside crew.
Everybody outside woke up and chose violence. The inside guys just woke up. It's like,
We're still trying to figure out if we want to do this.
Oh no, you're gonna find that answer real quick. Barry, what the fuck are you doing? I'm gonna say you start 20 feet away from the bandit technical. They notice you approaching as one of them like, hey, smacks his shoulder, points, and they just rotate the saw blade launcher at you.
Did they actually beat my initiative?
No, that's the awareness because you're just walking up to them.
Saying it's not a surprise round.
Okay, that's fine. I was just... Look, if you beat
No,
my
initiative
fucking
wasn't beaten.
initiative, I'm...
It was just, it wasn't initiative beat. It's just the idea of you're just marching up. You're a big guy with a maul. They're gonna notice.
Alright, so, I woke up and chose violence. So I guess... I start my turn by going
Let's
forward
just
20
talk to them.
feet, getting within 10 feet of them, exploding.
Roll your kitty 8 as you rage.
Okay. Do you want that right now?
Yeah,
Or-
tell me it right now.
I guess we're just on 13.
13. All 3 psychos are immediately pulverized as you explode.
Or babies.
Okay, how many does that even leave?
That leaves 2
Dang.
bandits that just got hurt.
Okay, well that changes what my immediate attack was going to be. Why do you waste explosive on that?
As you guys
So
go ahead and the voices stop.
Okay. So, I'm a beat these people to death.
Okay. Climbing up on the tentacle or just swinging from down here?
I have extra attacks. I can... Order of operations. Which one's closer? Like, boom, boom, right?
They're both in the back of the tentacle, so they're like both right there within reach if you clamber up.
Oh. Okay, I clamber up and then I beat them to death.
Alright, as you guys
Well.
outside just watch as Barry strolls forward, and then at the last minute as they turn around and one of them goes, hey, what the... And he just launches forward at Mach 5, explodes, turning 3 people into pulp, vaulting on top of the tentacle onto the back of it, and starts swinging them all.
You even want my fucking rolls here?
Yeah, roll to hit.
Okay. To hit, I have 23. And do you want them both together, or? Yeah, that hits.
That hits one of them for sure.
Okay, so the first one is 23. Yeah, 25.
Yeah, those both
Keep
hit.
going.
Is it one
Okay.
on each?
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on.
Look, mate. Breakfast.
Okay.
You didn't have to kill them.
Search. 10, 16, 18 on the first one.
There was no chill. There is no chill in this morning as he swings the first one and atomizes the head and top bit of the chest of the first guy.
And then 19 on the second one.
And then continues it, pirouettes its spot, and just smashes the other one into the side wall of the back of the tentacle, just removing a large section of the stomach. And they're both dead.
Barry's playing Skyrim, and every hit is a finishing animation.
Flonk, flonk.
I'm
Is there
gonna go
even
ahead
anyone
and
else
remove
under-
the outside crew from the initiative because they are dead.
That was very satisfying.
They were literally just some bandits and psychos. Crystal, you just watched Barry churn an entire vehicle of bodies into, well, corpses. And sludge.
I feel like you should report this on the comms to Bertram and Nessa.
And duly noted. To Bertram and Nessa, as soon as this happened, all three of the people inside spun for a second to look outside, spun back to look at her, eyes narrowed, and started to rush. That'll be their turn. But I'm just giving you a heads up of what it's looking like inside right now. If you lying bitch, you ambushed us.
Bertram sighs heavily.
You know that explosion sound.
Barry exploded. Everyone's dead. I don't know what to do now.
There's people inside.
There are people inside.
This is what I'm reporting to Bertram and Nessa over the comms.
We have a new car.
Do you need help?
No choice but to clean it up.
Maybe. Going over to the door of the bar. I want to know what I can see on the inside.
Inside, you can see the individual I described earlier with the power arm going on the outside of his, the exoskeleton bit, and then the male and female bandit behind him getting rifles ready as they start to back up some. And he rushes the bar.
How far are they?
From the door, I'm going to say it probably took about 25 feet to get to the door because you were going for the technical. 20 feet into the room. As you step inside into what looks like this little mud room kind of deal and start in, you're at the stairs that would lead up to the main floor of the base floor, which is a little bit higher. That would make up most of the bar.
Well, some of them are dead. Can't let the rest of them get away and potentially report it to opportunity. So, I'm gonna spend 15 feet to get as close as possible to whichever one's closest. It said I moved 25 earlier.
They're all
Yeah,
three
45.
kind of right there, so they're either all so the female one or the exoskeleton one.
Female one.
Okay.
It's
She
actually
pulled the one
skeleton
off
looks like
rifle.
it's harder to get.
All right, you rush her.
They're obviously being threatening, right?
Yes. Violence
Okay.
has been committed this morning, and Pandora's very quick to pop off. Anybody that survives Pandora is very quick to pop off at any notes of violence. It's basic survival instinct and almost genetic at this point.
Almost genetic. I see. Well, no reason to not go all in. Take cold buzz sacks to her back.
Okay, you pull both of them off. Because they were 20, she was 20 feet away, you're 15, you're within melee reach, technically.
Yep.
Vram.
Does a 30-20 hit?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, I rolled twice. One was a dirty 20, the other was a natural 20.
Vram.
Both of those will hit, yeah.
Oh, and it's only one die, so I don't actually have to roll my digital dice. Cool. I can just roll a physical D8.
You only have one dice set?
I don't have 50 like I need for
The judgment.
I have
No, but
more
like-
than one.
3,
I have
4?
10.
I have 2 sets.
I have 10
but
entire
I only
sets.
thought I needed 2.
Please continue to roll your damage. I wanted to see, like, this gonna hurt.
Vram.
Goodbye, shields. Hello, flesh.
And then I guess you're just gonna bonus action punch them in the face if they're still
I bonus
alive.
action, I was gonna punch the face. They're still alive. Oh, 6? No. First attack is 9 slashing.
Okay.
Second
Second one?
is math is hard. 24? Yeah, 24.
So you guys watch as Crystal, you guys are around the corner, get ready to go move as you heard everything. And you watch as Crystal just strolls in, spins out 2 buzz axes, and just steps forward to the bandit with the flat-off rifle, steps straight up to her, and just she turns to go, huh, what the? She just the first one running across the chest, the second one just taking their head off. And there's no time to react to that. As the other one next to her with the next to that bandit with the Torg rifle turns and he goes, what the? And that's how they get out before whatever's about to happen probably happens.
I was going to bonus action, flurry of blows and punch him twice.
Okay, so you flurry
Still
blows
can.
the rifle guy. The rifle or exoskeleton?
Exoskeleton's further ahead because he's about to rush the bar. So, rifle, I guess.
Okay, rifle guy just turned and went to go, what the fuck? And you're probably about to like throat punch him or something.
I feel the need to ask now that I remember. That was previously stealth. Would this count as a surprise round?
No.
No.
It didn't
Surprise
know I
round
was
has
there.
nothing to do with stealth. Well, surprise does have a lot to do with stealth.
Yeah.
Surprise is a condition that happens if you catch an enemy completely off guard. However, Barry chose to woke up with violence today and announced to the entire village that violence was happening and a fight was breaking out. So surprise is unfortunately kind of off the table.
Barry exploded. You're right. You're right.
And even if
his entire
You
goal in
did
life.
stealth, it would just be that first attack you made.
You have a first attack on an enemy, right? Or is it just first attack period?
If you attack,
They're
it breaks
already
stealth.
dead.
They're already dead.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're already dead.
so that doesn't matter anymore. This is normal now.
Math
Is he
is hard.
surprised? Yes. Does he have the surprise condition? No. Is he about to be in a lot of pain? Yes.
One could call them startled.
Startled is a pretty good, assuming, like, yeah, it's a pretty good phrase for this. I don't have any word grasp today, apparently.
Word grasp.
Yeah,
Anybody else having
shush.
trouble with Mistweavers?
I'm not on
No
it.
other types?
Mine's fine.
As,
25
Mine's
and
okay.
23.
yeah, those both hit. As everybody on Pandora is used to violence. Hyperviolence is the language, is almost a second, maybe third language of Pandora.
Didn't know she was
However,
fluent.
normally there's some kind of warning. Stealth isn't exactly the way of Pandora.
It's
so this
Crystal's
is
turn.
This is like a dialect. This is like new slang for them. They're picking up, and he's a little surprised by it. What's your
Total
damage?
17 damage.
As you goes, what the? And you indeed elbow him in the throat, and then just crack, smack your leg into the side of his leg, and like the knee goes jittering to the side as he stumbles.
That's all I'm going to do. That's all I can do.
Jethro, buddy.
Wave. Hi.
Oh, you can give him a wave. You hear a hi, and you can. As he is currently trying to breathe.
Not
Jethro,
looking
what's
too
up?
good there, friend.
So the bar doors are open, correct?
I
Yeah,
don't think
nowadays.
she
Well,
closed them behind her.
Yeah, no, she just ran in. It's just you got to go inside.
Oh, they like the swingy open doors that sit there and just.
No, it's just
back
a normal door. It's just a normal door. She just threw it open as she went inside.
Yeah, so it should be open still.
Yeah.
Yeah. How far away is that guy with the punchy fist?
You can't see.
All right, I'll walk inside.
Okay. You go into the same little mud room and up to the base of the stairs. And that's probably where your 30 feet cuts off. Well, that's plenty of distance to see and shoot people.
Yeah. Who I seeing?
Well, you see a corpse now, missing its head on the ground, and somebody currently like grabbing their throat and staggering as their knee's not working because Crystal decided to teach them a lesson in anatomy. With somebody with like that bulky metal exoskeleton arm rushing Jana, who's behind the bar, and looking like she's trying to like grab her shotgun quickly.
Let's give him an electric shot.
Okay. Roll to hit.
He might have a shield. He looks better equipped.
The roboticness is just the arm, right?
Yeah, it's just an exoskeleton that goes up to the shoulder where it's like a little pack. Like there's like a harness that starts to wrap around a little bit as like a securement with like a little battery pack.
I'm more making sure this doesn't count as like an armored enemy.
This one wouldn't be an armored enemy, no.
23.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Okay. That is... See, this is... Yeah, these are D6s now. 11 electric damage. Oh, sorry, no. 13 electric damage.
13, and you fire a blue like line streaking across, trailing those Digistruct particles, smashes into him, and then the shield breaks.
Yep. How far away are they?
20 feet.
How tall is the ceiling here?
Hold on. Rolling through my Rolodex of memories as I run through maps.
Not particularly, if I remember.
Playthroughs, probably about 15, 20 feet easy.
Okay, no, that's a very big difference that I need there. Is it 15 or is it 20? Because I have a 15-foot flame cone.
Okay, I'd say probably at least 20 feet in here because if you guys remember the Holy Spirit bar I said in the corner, there is like a second half floor that comes up and the rest of it's just that tall of a room.
Keep in mind, fire spreads. Fire bad in building. Don't set building on fire.
Yes, which is why I needed to know the height of the ceiling.
I'm more worried about the patrons.
I'm not.
Good point. What patrons are there left?
There's a handful of them across to the tables and shit that were just letting her deal with this.
It's
like they were watching, but they hadn't done anything because it was just an argument as of right now.
In other words, he's about to go and kill them all. And
no, I can aim upward.
And thus burn this building down.
We shall see.
Depends on how much space he has on his thing. You're assuming it's going to hit everything. There's a limited range on the fire.
I'm just making sure of how far my turret can walk.
Piddly paddly piddly paddly.
I forgot I can walk.
It can go up to 15 feet.
So it can go exactly where Crystal is.
Can it get to within 15 feet of the armored guy and not burn the patrons in a cone? In the building.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be hard to tell in the building because of the bar and the back wall there, but I could safely say you can get it without getting Crystal or Jana in it, and the patrons are a bit farther back in the table arrangement, not right up on the bar.
Alright, so
Anybody that was on the bar, you can surmise immediately grabbed their food and left when this argument started and moved to a back table.
Let's go away from where the buckshot might roam.
So I can safely hit this one guy and not light anyone or anything else on fire is what I'm hearing.
You cannot light anyone else. There's a chance you may light some of the bar on fire. It's hard to tell.
Do it at a bit of an upward angle, try and keep it off the floor.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's just a deck save on my part.
That'll be a deck save.
I think the baby's up.
15?
Fail. Alright.
Fail.
As my little turret just hops off the Jethro's shoulder and just Ting, 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 ting.
I'm gonna roll a d20 here. On like a 1 to 7, you catch part of the bar on fire. But on the higher, you manage to avoid it.
Okay. It is 10
That is
fire
a
damage.
9.
It is 10 fire damage, so up to 20.
It bounces up to 20 as he's rushing forward, and doesn't even notice at all, so doesn't even try to dodge as he's running, and just fire explodes out of this little turret. And you start hearing, ha! As fire burns. It sets in, it hurts. Anything else, Jethro?
No. No. Actually, wait. Who's SA? Just. Yeah, sorry. Hey, Crystal, what else is up there? Anyone else?
No. Just this guy.
Okay. Let's see if we can keep this guy alive. Maybe.
It's back up. Yay.
Okay. Bandit Insight crew. Meaning it's this guy's turn with the Armored Fist as he runs forward. He's going to
He
jump
was
up.
moving up my range, so do I get attack of
I
opportunity?
don't think he was ever in your range.
No.
I mean, it was within 5 feet.
No, the other
Punchy
two
guy.
were within 5 feet.
Punchy guy was not.
Yeah,
Why do you keep
Punchy
asking if I
guys.
could punch him?
You know, I don't know. I just kind of gathered him up. That is fully on my fault for that. I said he was within range for you to punch him. I'll give you your attack of opportunity.
Donk.
That's my B. I
If
accept
only
my
my-
mistake.
If only my turret had attacks of opportunity.
Yeah. 26.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Wait, not 26, because it's a weapon attack.
You're proficient all the same.
No, they're two different numbers. It's 25.
So it's a big difference.
It can't
I don't know why it's any different, but continue on.
be. Strength versus dex.
It's a dex weapon for him. He's a monk.
Dex versus wisdom.
Thaddeus, write that down, write that down.
That's just 8
He's
slashing damage.
Alright, as it carves across him, and he's definitely more than bloodied now. That hurt a lot. As you run it across his back as he staggers forward.
Unless your melee attacks are +1 or something.
Honestly, at that point, you've got his attention. She's done nothing.
Punch!
I don't know if he'll... I'm gonna roll. Let's see if he goes after you or Jana. I guess actually, as he staggers out of it because you hit him, he's gonna turn around to the one person actually fighting him.
The fire turret is also a target with AC and health.
Yeah, but it's not a person drawing the attention here.
They left the corrosive gun at home.
It's like a few inch turret off the ground. They could stomp it.
That's part of why I feel like it's not going to be in his direct line of sight. Feels kind of hammy to go, I see this tiny little turret, now smash. Versus the person who just cut across his back. So I'll have it turn on Chris.
Dare you cause trouble in this fine establishment?
Oh, dare you
They
ambush
weren't
my
bothered, you
fucking
none.
people. Step forward, that is +6, so 21.
That will definitely hit.
Right.
I would like you to re-roll that.
20.
Damn it.
Still hit.
Sometimes I get good rolls too, damn it.
For
No,
the
you
silvery barbs effect, it was just going to be the turret just doing little fire at him.
As it just gusts, and this time he's seen it, and the little spout sticks out, and he just moves out, he dances to the side a bit, rocketing as you hear the
Is that a reroll or is it disadvantage?
It's a re-roll. Now, if they have disadvantage, I think it forces them to re-roll at disadvantage because they're having to re-roll again.
That wouldn't make sense.
I think it's like luck, and it takes place afterwards.
It might, it might work like the lucky.
Oh, that's not. Why did I roll? I just rolled 2d20s for damage. That would have been mean.
80 damage.
Ouch!
No, I annoyed him, but I haven't done
What,
that.
did you give him the stake
Hey.
driver from Bloodborne there?
No,
Nope.
he's got the Fallout power arm.
Power glove? Fun.
Where is my other one? I don't like that my stuff's hiding from me. As you take 16.
Makes him more than likes you.
You take 33 points of damage as this thing, so you see it start to like war and just boom, smashes into your side, like cratering and staggering you some.
Was that number 33?
33. You might, I don't know how your shield is or how you're looking.
I mean, I'm not bloody.
Shield's gone.
Shield's gone, definitely, because, you know,
I would hope.
shield.
As you watch the shield try to catch it and then start to bend and just underneath the strike.
Now I've got to punch you back harder. Wait.
And bonus action, you're gonna hear the thing whir and his shield start to back up some.
Huh.
That's just cheating.
I love the like dead silence immediate afterwards of how dare he?
I call dibs.
Yeah, who's next?
I don't know.
Schmeat,
Yes.
You are outside.
what's up?
How's the situation looking? What are we looking at?
You're looking at a fucking tentacle full of carcasses.
Outside is clear.
Oh,
I agree.
Baby. That's this bandit trying to breathe and, you know, use their knee that's non-functional now.
The demon child made Barry unhappy.
Does Schmeat have his extra movement yet?
Barry spread the unhappiness.
Level 5 barbarian,
should, yes.
I think so.
Should, yes.
The Schmeat is 40, right?
Correct.
Does Schmeat have enough movement to just walk up to this guy?
No.
Oh,
He'd still be 10 feet away.
10 feet, you say?
What you need to do is make Schmeat some Torg javelins.
Listen, I've got a weapon in mind.
In interest of this, because I don't think at this point I'm going to make much of a difference. If Schmeat, Medina, if you're dealing with the baby, we're going to move on to the next turn. And just say Schmeat's distracted. If you come back before the end of the round, we'll just let you go then. Bertram, you're up. This whole shit show just happened.
Okay, so inside there's still 2 hostiles. Or at least
Correct.
people that have guns out and are acting hostilely. God knows what'll happen whenever it gets to the patron's turn. Alright. So, how far away am I from guy that needs to die and other guy that's in the process of dying? Or guy that they want to knock out and guy that's in the process of dying? Matt?
Matthew, you're gone.
I'd say you're about 25 feet away from the either one of them.
Alright.
And I just realized I should have rolled an advantage, and I forgot to. That's okay.
Am I
bad.
technically stealthed?
Yes, actually, you guys both purposely said you rolled stealth.
Alright. Because they shouldn't break stealth, because it's intended as a silent thing. Let's...
Seals are invisible, so yeah,
Yes.
no, they don't.
Let's
There's
bonus
gonna be a
action.
slight glow on your side still, but nothing to break stealth.
So long as it's tiny enough that it doesn't do anything.
Nessa sees it.
Well, she's already seen it before. Let's bonus action put a seal on the guy with the recharging shield. That's
Okay.
not fair. Does he look like he's on death's door underneath that shield, or could go around her too?
I'm not gonna say death's door, but definitely well into bloodied.
Then I'm aiming for a leg, I guess, as I shoot at him with me fire SMG.
Is this gonna be just asking for purpose here? This is gonna be a called shot or not?
I'm attempting to do so non-lethally. If you want to impose disadvantage on that as a result,
If this
you
is
may.
just flavor for non-lethal, no.
Yes. Okay. Like, I'm not trying to disable, like, I'm just trying to
I'm
non-report.
I'm asking because if you make a called shot at the leg, like as a I want to fuck his legs up for walking issue, then it would be for disadvantage. But just for non-lethal, no, that's free.
Gotcha. So, pew pew pew, go. Natural 2, natural 13 for 23.
That'll hit.
Eat the seal. Roll dice. Is there an order you want the damage types in?
Just separate fire and force for me.
Ooh, separate force, interesting.
That's weird. Okay.
Well, I have to know the fire, because fire has interactions even if force doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
Recharges his
Well,
shield.
it's also piercing. It's...
Oh, it's SMG, that's true, sure, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you said, I was thinking about the laser thing.
It is not that. So, in that case, let's go 4, 9, 12, 17 plus 4, 21. Piercing / force, and 2 fire damage.
Okay, so the piercing hits first in this case. Shock is the only time the element hits first. And shatters the shield, tears into this man, and just honestly tears the leg clean off, but because of the fire and the force, kind of cauterizes as he just bam, hits the ground and is like scrabbling for a second. And like mutters, and he is out. He is unconscious.
And then they hate life. Let's offhand dagger the guy that's kind of in the process of being really hurt. Yeah, throw it. Yeah. I got a crit. Didn't need you, but sure, whatever.
Roll your damage.
Let's see here. Dagger now does a d6.
Straight to their eye.
7, because I have the thing that makes me able to add my thing to daggers.
As it just into his chest as he's trying to grab it at his throat and just backwards onto the ground. And initiative is officially over.
Whoa.
They weren't particularly tough. You guys went so quick to hyper-violence.
Hey, it's Pandora, baby.
I'm on a bit disappointed, Matt. I just rolled to go and see what my next things would have been.
Crits.
I'm so sad. One of those was a nat 20.
But anyways,
I'm so sad. I almost got to go.
Jana walked out from behind the bar, having set the shotgun back down, walks up to the guy who's on the ground, still unconscious, kicks him hard in like the side / back, and then looks up the two of you and says, hey, thank you very much for that.
Take the shield.
Hopefully that won't cause you any problems later on.
Barry
Almost
walks through the
certainly
door,
will.
looks around, sees that everyone else is dead or gone, goes back to Lance and curls up and goes back to sleep.
Okay.
This is too goddamn early in the morning for this shit.
You know what? You guys earned some nice things here. I'll just get you guys some food for the mortar for that.
Taking the mechanical arm off while they're talking.
These guys.
Rip
Fuck
tear
these guys, and she just, as you're looking at it to kick it again, she just wham, kicks him in the back again.
Still alive.
Oh, he is alive. This isn't lethal damage. This is just her taking it out on him because this fucker came in and threatened her. Whew.
Can you tell us who these guys are? Just, by the way.
Hold on, let me get a drink real quick. It's got my blood all kinds of boiling. And you watch as she walks back around the bar, grabs one of the bottles, and just pops the top off on the edge of the bar. Takes like a long drag, sets it back down. All right. Now, how can I help you? You said you were asked about who these guys were? Because they're that. What is it? They call themselves the Skull Threshers. They're over there at Opportunity. They moved in a couple of years back and started taking over.
Hey, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sitting there, getting the mechanical arm pieces off. You got a basement or something that can keep some screams or something quiet?
Yeah, hold on, I'm not gonna go down. I can go open up a storeroom. Just gestures with the bottle. Follow me.
Also, do you have chains?
I do not.
Okay, we can improvise.
Well,
I have some in the car.
they're
There's
doing that. Crystal, I don't know. Have you dealt with that particular the interrogating aspect before?
Hammers and nails.
Not you,
Bring me-
voice in your
yeah.
head.
No, Schmeat's coming. Schmeat's coming with.
Yeah, I guess so.
And I'm going to talk this out here. I know this is Borderlands and violence and all that. I don't feel particularly comfortable narrating that scene, so we will go through that with just a couple of rolls.
I was gonna tell Schmeat to start eating him alive at the stump.
Yeah, I was aware something weird was going to happen.
Yeah,
that's
that's
why I was
so-
right.
why he doesn't want to go over it.
So while you guys are doing that, order of operations, Matt, do you want to say if there was any loot worth having?
I would say he can grab the shield and the arm piece off of the guy, and then there was very obviously the two different types of rifles. But until he takes some time to sit down and look at the arm and that, I'm gonna hold off on that.
What are the rifles?
The rifle was just a flat-off rifle and a torque rifle.
Hey, add it to the list.
I forget what the special things there are.
Flat-off.
Yes.
When you take the
Octobullets.
attack action with a flat-off weapon, you can make one more attack per action for that action than you should be able to normally. However, the weapon does go down in damage size.
But you add your modifier each time,
You do add your modifier.
so it still does more damage.
It's supposed to be an improvement. It's to represent a bunch of small bullets versus the bigger bullet.
And then Torg is, I'm assuming, base explosion damage.
Yeah, just this one, it's just more of this rifle would do explosive damage instead of piercing damage.
It's not like an AoE or anything, right?
This one does not seem to be.
Anybody?
I'll give
want-
you that because it's an assault rifle. You've seen plenty of assault rifles.
Yeah. Anybody have a particular want for either of these two? I have to head off and do something else.
We got storage in the back of the truck. I've been keeping track of.
I'll take one if no one wants it.
Well, I want the Torg one.
Wait, hold on a second. What am I talking about? Wait, did I get that one back? Did someone take it off?
Yes, they gave it back. They gave it back.
Okay. Never mind.
You good.
Nessa assault rifle might be good for you if you're running low on sniper bullets at any time. Flat off shoot a little quicker. Might work for you. Still keep your range.
I don't know if I've shot one of those before.
It's always the first time for everything.
We'll have plenty more bands to test it out on. Also, Nessa, don't come down to the basement.
Yeah, that's. I think
Yeah,
I can help
honey.
with something real quick.
Okay, how about, honeys, you two take a walk? And she winks at you, Crystal.
Yeah, I really need your help with something, just real quick.
Nessa, you can have fun with the arm also if you want to. Figure out whatever it does.
I'm going to
With the
grab
what?
my new rifle and I'm going to go to the medical place because I have to talk to that guy about the other, like, iridium thing.
Okay, you're heading to the medic's place.
Yeah.
Where is...
Can you run through rifle stats? I forgot.
Yeah, real quick. So this one, I'll just go for this one in particular. It does 100, 400 for range. It does 1d8 damage, and in this case it'll be explosive damage because it's a torque gun.
Okay.
And otherwise it functions like a normal rifle. So a normal gun. That's really good for your... Oh yeah. And that would change your sneak attack to explosion, wouldn't it?
Yup.
Always nice to have options. Do you remember, for the effects of this, we are running off of a similar system to the games, where you can have two of them out and ready that you can swap easily, and the other ones are going to be stored and take time to swap too.
I'm keeping
As a bit
track.
of a balance, so we don't just have a plethora of gun drop, gun drop, gun drop. It also is a balance because attunement doesn't make sense in game here as compared to this.
We'll get shield mods eventually.
You have shields right now.
Better ones.
But anyways, Crystal and Nessa, just curious, where are you two gonna walk to?
We're going on a joyride and they're technical. So we can take their little salt off.
Ooh.
Okay. Schmeat, are you just... Oh no, Schmeat's down there. You're heading there. We're gonna start with the information thing down there to get it out of the way quickly. What are you guys trying to get out of this guy? And we'll see what kind of rolls to make.
Hey, don't ask me.
Okay. We're gonna say information about their gang, say locations, stuff like that.
Okay.
Stashes they have around, numbers.
Okay. Okay. So some general information. I would like Schmeat to make this check since he's the one taking actions here and you're asking questions. To make an intimidation check, however, you're allowed to use strength as the modifier instead of charisma. I would say at advantage since you're both down there going to town.
Oh, he's going to town, alright.
I'm aware.
Crunch, crunch, munch, munch.
On the way out while they're rolling, she'll turn to you, Crystal, since you asked, and goes, we'll talk about them, we'll answer your questions a little bit once that dies down.
Egg gets a
Thank you very
17.
much.
Was that with advantage?
Oh, I forgot. Egg gets a 17.
That's a rare one. Okay, so he'll give you the information that he was indeed from the Skull Threshers. They're mainly holed up over an opportunity, which is across that a bridge that you probably gather you saw off in the distance, goes over the water quite a ways. He doesn't have any particular holdouts of anything around here. General numbers is it's a big city that's full of a lot of people.
I meant numbers of like their gang type deal.
Well, I'm getting there. That. And the numbers for the gang is just kind of superfluous of people that move in and out. People die all the time, and people are like either recruited or recruited all the time. So numbers are kind of heavy in flux, but pretty big-sized gang. Enough that they populate a good portion of the city and keep it under control.
Information on their boss.
Their boss is Skullcracker, who got his name because of he headbutted a thresher that is now his pet and keeps it in a pit.
And just pull out a HoloNet. Just mark some locations on the map.
Just shakily points out where opportunity is.
Where's the pit?
The pit is in opportunity.
It was meant more like on like a map of opportunity, like.
I'm gonna say you don't really have much of a map of opportunity, as in besides just the general island, and he's just kind of like trailing, like not sure where to point out on the map.
Rival gangs. Other fuckheads in the area.
They had issues recently with the Crimson Lance running about doing some stuff. And then Overlook is always causing problems for them in this area as they refuse to pay any kind of protection money.
All right. Any location or any other stuff I can get out of where Crimson Lance locations, that type of deal?
Probably all you can get out of him on them. Just that they show up and they're a problem.
Okay, Schmeat, you can have your fun. I'll leave the room now. Go tell everyone else what we got.
You're a horrible
Right.
person.
Next easiest one is to the people taking... You're just trying to steal the saw blade, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Make
there's anything else special about it.
The saw blade's the big thing. This is kind of a... technical. Make a mechanics check on Nessa's portion.
Just trying to help.
I'm gonna say you don't really have the mechanics knowledge. This is gonna continue to be a flat roll.
Yeah, but I'm trying. That's all that matters.
You're trying.
Mechanics
you
is
that.
intelligence, right?
Correct.
$23.
If Matt is saying anything, he's cut off.
Matthew, you're gone again.
Sorry. My thing acts a little funky sometimes. I would say that's more than enough to pull it off and get it loaded up, but to put it on the Lancer, it'll take a little bit of time and some more proper tools.
How do they want to put it on the Lancer?
Well, anyway, you want to get on, you have to get it on there fastened and set up and ready to go.
Yeah.
We also have a turret already up there.
True.
We just need to store it for now.
But you can put it in the bag. Considering you have the other gas tanks, you have the scrap metal, you have some bodies, you have this, you're almost, I'm going to say you're running out, you're very low on room in the Lancer.
We'll work something out while we're here.
Well, using the scrap metal for giving them fucking technical some goddamn windows.
Or, having a base.
But, I'd say it overall goes pretty easy for you. It's not too bad to remove it. Tech's just kind of sitting there watching around. Nobody seems particularly surprised, bothered, worried. There's no threat anymore. There's just an empty technical. You are heading to the medical place, Bertram, correct?
Yeah, that's where I was told to talk to the person at. If I'm wrong, correct me.
Talk to the person. You have to remind me to be sure.
If I'm wrong, correct me. I think that this is where she told me to go.
For talking about which bits?
We're trying to get additional information on the Iridian ruins and Hancock's kid.
Oh, okay. Yes, correct. Sorry, It just takes a second to jog my memory. As you get there, you hear a 1, a 2, and a 3, and somebody yell. As you open the door. As you open the door and you see a kind of decently sized guy sitting in the chair, arm on the leaning up on the table next to him, holding the top of his shoulder like a death grip, letting out a gargled noise right now as you see them twist and set his arm. And the person doing it, you see, Gather is the medic. Fairly short, very scrawny, short black hair. Has just a hoodie and some thicker shorts on that are just cut off down below into boots that are kind of loosely laced up. Has a bunch of piercings and bracelets on. Has one of the face masks, surgical masks with a large smiley face on the front of it. And it just flicks out to her just snapping it into place and just going, "Medicine, baby!" And then we zoom back into real time where he's just currently chomping down
Hi there.
Slow crying whimpers.
But kind of. She just snapped his arm back into spot. They just snapped their arm back into spot. And he just goes, "Hey, just one moment. We'll be with you in a second." All right, now. And she pulls out what looks like a brace, clamps it on, says, "Okay, you're going to need to do this. Keep it still for a couple weeks, and we'll just patch it up as it goes. Not too bad, so we're not going to press that any of the big stuff on it, all right?" And he kind of nods, and she pats the top of his arm, and he's just groans. He's like, "Yep, get on your way." And he will get up and move his way out kind of jauntily in pain, but not too bad. Turns to you and goes, "How can I help you?"
I got a mission to try to find somebody that hadn't made contact in a while. Clayton Hancock. Some sort of Iridian expedition. I was told to come here for some more information.
Clayton Hancock. Hey, that sounds familiar. Hold on. And she leans back in her wheelie chair, and they just push themselves off backwards to this file cabinet and just pulls it out. Flicking through it. Slides one out, flicks it open. Okay, yeah, I remember them. They came through a couple week and a half back? Couple weeks back? I don't know, the days kind of blend together sometimes. Oh, what can I do to help?
Did they say where they were actually going? All I got is some sort of dig site, but we don't have a site for the dig.
He was talking about it for a little bit while he was in here, just getting a general checkup. Kind of worried about any of the stuff that he dug up might have gotten into him.
Fair.
He wasn't too far out. He said it was like a day and a half, 2 days drive from here.
Get a direction of any kind?
I think he headed off in the northwest area. I didn't really get a good look.
All right.
I was a little busy that day. I had a bunch of people coming through, a bunch of broken arms and bones, and they need to really stop playing with the power equipment. But they keep fucking playing with it, and she shouts outside at them, and you watch a couple people walk quicker. But
Well,
that's okay.
Thanks for the info. Is there anything around town that you particularly are in need of assistance with, since we're going to be doing some missions in the area?
Yeah, I have a curiosity for you. I've been hearing some really weird things about the stalkers in the area recently, at least one of them in particular. It seems like a couple of them. If you find any of them that are a little weird, out of the ordinary, can you bring them back here?
Alive?
No. Well, they kind of like tilt their head. Maybe. If you can, that'd be awesome.
You have
If
any
not, I
stalker
completely
capturing
understand.
gear? Because from what I looked up, that might be really tough.
Looks around. No, I'm a little short on that, I think.
Fair.
But bring me back so I can give you a bit of fun, more science. Just want to see what's up with it.
Any particular
Strange.
examples so that we know what we're looking for?
Most stalkers are normally kind of territorial. That's nothing changed there. This one seems to be a bit more aggressive and willing to hunt people down, at least the descriptions I got. The teeth seem a bit more pronounced in the tear marks. The stingers, these stalkers will shoot like stingers, or stinger feels underwhelming because, the size of it. In triple gestures, they gesture like a 3 or 4 inch size thing. They like launch them at people, and this one's leaving a different kind of a residue, almost like a toxic residue.
So anything
Instead of just being painful.
So one that's spitting corrosive. Yeah, I'm sure the car will enjoy that.
Spitting corrosive, that's not the right term. It's like yeah, I guess actually corrosive is the right term, but it's not spitting, it's like part of the spines that they launch.
Still bad.
Not great. I've seen a couple people come through here. I'd take somebody's arm off for it.
Cool. Alright, we'll keep an eye out for more corrosive-leaning stalkers.
Sorry, I don't got more for you. I'm just seeing the wounds after the fact.
It's fair.
But bring this for me. Appreciate it. We can give you a little bit of pay and call it even for the info.
Alright. Thanks for your help.
Have a good one. I need to get back to work. Yang turns around to the table, and you see in the corner as you're going, just like bubbling. It's a chemistry set that currently seems to be running through the process of something.
Good for it.
And they get back to their work.
The connective group.
Okay. I'll say everybody can head back and just gather back up wherever you guys wish to. Everything's done and wrapped up.
Actually, whenever they went and shoved that back into Lancer, could I have woken up?
Yes.
Alright. So, I already said something about extra storage decks or something for random stuff, right?
You are able
Said
to
you
upgrade
might-
storage decks, correct?
Would I have to already figure out who to talk to about that in this town? From what the other guy said?
I mean, storage decks have to do with weapons, so the weapon shop,
Okay,
the armory
yeah.
might not be a bad place.
But I'm off to go to the armory.
Alright. So walking around looking for the armory, it's just, I was gonna say it takes a little bit to just walk around. It's not a big town. You probably pass Bertram on the way. No, you probably hear Bertram inside, but he's probably inside talking at the time. As you make your way up and around, and you see a sign hanging called "Bodies, Bullets for Bodies." It just has a silhouette outline of somebody and like a crosshair over it. Kind of like
I
a
have
smaller.
indeed removed earmuffs.
You removed your earmuffs. As you see that, then kind of surmise it seems to be a bit of a weapon shop, bit of an armory. heading inside. As you open it, you see somebody at a counter booth with like the pieces coming down and around. It has like the plexiglass window, a bit of like a safety booth kind of thing. And behind it, you see where's my notes for him? Like tan-skinned individual. It has a ball cap pulled down on top of their head. You see like a leatherish workman's aprons wrapped around them. Very like tan skin peeking out. You do see one of their arms seems to be prosthetic and robotic, at least partially down, the right one. And they currently seem to be in the middle of like filing down something on a Jacob's shotgun they have cranked open. And as you hear the ba-ding, ba-ding, ba-ding of a bell. He stops and turns around and like stands up and moves to the counter. Can I help you?
Yes.
What do you need?
I was hoping to look into information regarding what I might need to do to upgrade my storage deck for having more ammo for certain things, such as grenades.
Grenade ammo? Grenade shots. Hold on. And turns around and you see him digging through and just, no. Okay. Comes back around. Alright, I can probably do that.
For how much and for what?
1,500.
Yes, I most definitely do not have that at this moment. I will keep in mind I will be back.
Alright. Okay, he goes back to his work.
Thank you. Guess I go off to the bar area for some food.
Alright, everybody gathers back up. Are you guys meeting in the bar, outside? Where do you think you be?
Probably inside. She's offered food, hasn't she?
She did. And said that she comes in. Oh, I can help you out real quick. Just said the bar will get your food out to you real nice and smooth.
I would have asked her for a mop when Schmeat was done. A mop.
If you hold on, give me a second. And he walks around, grabs it. It's in one of the supply rooms downstairs, just a different one. Pulls it out, hands it to you. There you go. I do appreciate it. Clean up after your mess is all polite like.
Yeah. Be kind of bad if someone walked in and saw that.
Well,
What
whatever
do you
you're
do
done and
now?
hungry, come on up top. We'll get you fed.
I'm not that hungry.
Offer stands, free meal in the future. I understand. And moves back up top. Everybody is gathered. What would you guys like to do?
Okay, I talked with the medic. Apparently they say that they should be a couple days to the northwesternly direction. On top of that, they want us to bring back the carcass, or it's still living if there's a miracle and we can manage that, of a corrosive stalker.
Not happening. Death one? Probably. Alive? No.
You never know.
Wouldn't be able to bind the thing.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah. It's possible. How much is she willing to pay for it?
Not yet.
Got the bandit leader. Go ahead, Eric.
I didn't say anything.
You go ahead. No, Eric was, Dylan's talking.
Just go ahead first.
Got information on some we got Crimson. Was it? Yeah, Crimson Lancers around the area apparently. Going up there some. Got information on their leader.
Did they clarify if it was Lancers, Raiders, or just some bandits with the armor?
Did not clarify.
Gotcha.
They just said the Crimson Lance.
They said the Crimson Lance is up there giving
those assholes in the red armor.
But so that's something to keep an eye out for. Apparently their boss, called Skullcracker, has a very hard skull and headbutted a thresher, and it is now his pet. So they have a thresher that they feed people to in a pit.
How would that work?
Sounds likely. This is Pandora. Forget logic.
Established dominance is what comes to mind.
Indeed.
Probably have some kind of coliseum around it where they throw people off of a cliff or something, and they fall into a sand pit without a way to get out, and they just kind of are stuck in there with it.
Wonder if somebody has to blow a horn as well.
Probably. Or a gunshot. Either way, that's something fun we gotta look forward to. Up in Haven.
If we go there, I want the war horn.
We can get you a war horn. Matt, what's shield do?
The shield is... You know what, make a tech check. I just want to let you roll.
Above 20.
Above 20, more than enough. The shield isn't anything particularly fantastic, but it's not bad. It comes off as it's a simple 10 shield, however, as a bonus action, you can recharge 5 of it.
Better than what I had. So.
But your bonus action is your turret.
Yeah, that's if people can be within range, which...
Make it blaster mode already.
I have, and people still have kept it out of range.
Well,
yeah, no, that one doesn't have a limit. That was just
typically.
5 shield back every round if you want.
Yeah. Oh, I have bonus actions to do stuff sometimes that I'm not in range.
So any of the jobs that you actually heard about actually pay anything?
Yeah, all these bounty ones have something accredited to them, but for the sake of brevity, we didn't talk about it last time.
Yeah, that's fair. I have them here today if you wish.
Shouldn't be too hard. Let's see if we can come up with a route to clear up as many of these as possible in as quickly a manner as possible. Avoid the Thresher, look out for Caustic Stalker, and the Iridian stuff's like maybe 2 days away. I guess finish those things up, come back here, and see if there's some other direction you guys want to go. Unless you're just chomping at the bit to go raid Opportunity.
Why would we want to go to Opportunity?
Because that's where the bandit came from.
And?
I don't know.
There's bandits all over the planet.
You tortured the guy? Fuck if I know, man.
Yeah, they'll probably send more.
Absolutely.
I just killed them.
Well, you killed a squad.
Yes, exactly. It's not exactly much.
Well, apparently they hate this place because it never pays anyway, so they'll probably send more eventually.
In which case we can probably kill them.
Yep. What do we got closest nearby?
Pulls up the map.
One of the closest one would be one of the bandit bounties. I believe it was... did you take all 3, or did you just take 2?
I just grabbed a bunch of quests, and we don't necessarily have to do them.
No, that's fair. I say I had 3 of them on. I had 3 bandits up there, and 1 for a stalker.
I know you mentioned a couple of things of animals, a couple of things of bandits, and the big scary Thresher that had a little skull next to its name that we don't want to look at right now.
Yeah, the Thresher is the only... the Stalker and the Thresher were the only animal ones, and you're ignoring the Thresher because Intimidate.
We need to be about level 6, maybe.
Maybe the skull and the skull and crossbone will disappear.
Well, yeah, because otherwise we end up dealing 2 damage regardless of what guns we have. It's bullshit.
It is, right?
Maybe it'll go from red to white.
Those are the worst, when they go from danger to trivial.
But as a roundabout one, you could probably make a day out of it and just bounce around and hit 3 bandits, hit 3 bandit bounties and the stalker bounty.
A nice little route that we can configure for...
Well, correction, I should specify here. Sorry, wrote down notes, skipped over it. You could hit a quick roundabout and hit 2 bandit bounties and the stalker. One of the bandit bounties is an opportunity.
Well, let's not go there.
Yeah. That is my bad. I read quickly and should not have done it.
We want to get all the vehicles going, because just looking at the gas cost, if we all jack up into technical, park it somewhere, and then proceed on foot, Might make it a little bit more profitable, all said at the end of the day.
Anyone loot the gas out of the other vehicle yet? What's that situation?
I'm surprised you haven't yet. Didn't you already take the,
I was...
whatever's on top of it?
No,
I
no.
knew I was forgetting
I was
something.
busy.
Did any of these people have money on them, actually?
Yeah, collectively you could probably get 250 from them.
As in... Okay, yeah. So we just add that to the general stores for money for gas, if need be. Money for a project or something.
I'm just gonna put it on the
That's good.
Lancer.
The Lancer is also the bank. Noted.
The Lancer is also the bank. If someone steals the Lancer, we're going to be very upset.
At the bank
So
with
it's probably going to
Jeffro.
happen like next session.
When we leave it to go walk on foot. Can I tech check the arm?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just go over it while we're sitting here, getting our plans together. So we're also going to be waiting a day.
Why are we waiting
23?
a day?
23. The arm is you crafted, you equipped it and slid it on. It does not work with heavy armor, which is not a problem for this group. It does add 1 AC, kind of like partially like a shield. And you can choose to sack out extra attacks to charge it up for one big one. It is a 1d10 plus strength weapon, so for every attack you sack out, you can add another d10 to it.
Anyone want the big punchy fist here?
Punchy fist, you say?
Not particularly.
Lined up, pretty much you wind up for one big punch. Show it, give a little instruction, you hold this, charging it up, then you punch. Question for Crystal.
Say this since what's up?
No, this is above game. For Crystal mechanic-wise. Matt, if Crystal took this, could she stack in her flurry of blows into it?
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna regret this, but I'd let it happen, because it's fun.
Oh, yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
I
yes.
actually want it.
It's super fun. It's an improvement to an unarmed attack, so technically it counts as part of it into your martial arts stuff. I'll let it happen. It's fun.
So you
It
could
has
then
to
elect
make it my
to...
dedicated monk weapon.
I'm
so
assuming-
does not-
using a deck.
Nope, it does not count as a shield or armor, so it does not interfere with your unarmored AC either.
Alright, Crystal, one big punch.
Like, yeah, I'm assuming that you have to designate before making the attack if you're going to fucking haymaker them. That said, though, they could potentially...
However much you charge up for the attack you're making, you have to tell me before you roll.
Sorry, but I didn't hear the explanation for how this thing works.
Basically, if you have multiple attacks, you can choose to give up those attacks to charge this. It does 1d10 plus, well, dex for you. And for every attack you give up, you add another 1d10.
All the attacks you give up.
For each attack you give up, you add another 1d10. So, if, for example, right now you make 3 attacks, 2 weapon fighting doesn't count.
Okay. I'm gonna have to 2-up fighting count it or not.
It has to be of a different thing.
Yeah.
Correct.
But you could attack,
Does that mean I still get my
designate flurry,
offhand attack?
and then...
Not with this one. It's an unarmored. It's an unarmed strike improvement, so no.
Well, yeah, but what if they have offhand axe? And then they're punching.
Yeah.
But no, the part of 2-weapon fighting is it has to be triggered. You have to. All of 2-weapon fighting has to include weapons. This is an improvement on unarmed attacks, so it doesn't count as a weapon for that purpose.
So they would lose the ability to offhand buzz axe.
Yes.
But I guess if you really needed to, like, 3D tint a wall or something.
It's also an option.
Also, it's just extra armor.
So it's just extra armor, which is always nice.
It's less of a jest
no
whenever it
reason
has
to
a cost.
Would that mean I straight up lose the ability to offhand buzz axe? Or just if I were to use the hand?
Just if you're using the hand.
Okay.
It still lets your arm function. It's not like it stops any of that.
I mean, it's covering your arm in metal. I didn't know if I could still grab things or not. In which case, the costs are minimal. So if no one else wants to take it, I absolutely will.
You've been running it and punching things lately. That's a good punchy thing.
He thinks it's kind of fun.
If you don't want it, I'll take it for extra armor.
I'm taking it. I'm gonna take it. Thank you for offering it.
I just picture it there on the bar. If you don't want it, no, slides it towards me. I want it.
All right, then.
And she slops down food in front of everybody. Except for Jethro, who does not want his right now.
I'll take my free meal at dinner.
That's fair.
or whenever we get back.
Alright, you guys have a plan. I think. I don't know, you might not. I just assumed you had a plan there, and I realized I don't really hear any final plans. What are you guys doing?
What time is it now?
Probably about 10 a.m. You guys woke up early because of these guys.
Yeah. So, Bertram, you were saying something about half a day for bandits or something?
I don't know where the half a day came from. Just, here's the route that we can take in order to hit all these quest markers.
Yeah, I said you could probably make a day of it and just make a circular driving around and get back before around nightfall.
Everyone down for bandit killing?
Excuse me.
I mean, we might as well.
So,
So, what you do? Heading out?
Execute the thing we've talked about.
Alright, heading out. Well, I'm just making sure you guys just go silent instead of telling me.
We're waiting for other people's affirmations, aside from the people that have confirmed.
I am putting information in about this metal arm.
Alright. So, moving out. What are you guys taking? Both of them? Just one of them?
I'm in favor of just grabbing the technical because gas.
Fair.
I mean, if we're not planning on actually using the turret on the thing, and we're not planning on using it for storage capacity, we might as well take the smaller, more easily replaced thing in case damage or unpredictable things.
It's also just better on gas.
It's also better on gas. Of course, what if somebody just decides they're going to come by and just kind of, ooh, mine now. Like these bandits. They have to go and spend the entire time just going and killing everyone in an opportunity and get our car back.
Then people that can do something about that probably should.
I explode.
Wink.
I
Wink.
don't.
Nudge, nudge.
Defenses. What do you want from me?
Nothing.
I do my thing well. I proved that this morning. I explode quite well.
No, neither are Venters. Okay, just gotta. Okay, gotcha.
Adventures? Hello?
They're fine.
Maxi? Or, who else Adventures?
Not gonna lie, I was busy snickering. I missed what Eric's question was.
Defenses for the, car. The Lancer. Okay, so I decide to just walk off with it. Drive off with it.
Lancer and our other technical, because we have 2 now.
Keeping it.
Why don't we take the other one?
We need it working to
The other
sell,
one for
though.
spare parts. Also, in case we lose the first one.
Well, I mean, we only have so many people who are able to drive. Unless you want to go and make a base here, we can't
We
exactly.
only have one person who can drive.
Yeah, exactly. We have one person who can drive. And we have 2 vehicles. Now we have 3 vehicles. Do you see the problem here, Thad?
Not a problem,
Okay.
my opinion.
We cannot hoard every vehicle we come across.
But we
There's
can sell
2.
them quickly.
Hey Nessa
Because
and
you
or
know,
Jeffro, you two are good at cobbling things together out of the random fucking crap we have. One of you want to make sure that nobody can hop in and, you know, steal our expensive car?
I was just going to remove a couple pieces to make it where it wouldn't start, that I could put back in easily later.
Whatever you want to
Do you
do.
want a security system?
That sounds great.
I don't think what we got now might make for the best on that.
Just lock the frickin' doors.
We don't have windows, they can just reach in.
That's the technical.
Taking a second.
The
other
Lancer
technical.
has windows. We don't give a
The
shit
other-
about the other Lancer or technical.
Can we get rid of the windows? Can we weld metal around the windows?
We
You'd
like
be
the
able to
windows.
see.
You must be able to see.
But
Also-
then they can't break the windows.
Hey, also,
But then we can't use it to drive.
if we're taking the technical, we also need to drop off some of our scrap somewhere. So, let's get to moving it to the other one, or the back of the bigger vehicle.
Leave all the scrap that's already on the Lancer. Unless you had some that I didn't know about.
No, we're clearing out the truck bed some so we can put more shit in it from what we're about to go raid.
The truck bed was mostly empty. Most of the stuff you guys said you put in the Lancer.
Yes.
Okay, I was getting mixed up. Okay, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, technical is pretty clear except for some gas stuff. Which no, they got cleared out already. What do you want us to roll for locking shit down, Matt?
Nothing. I'm just gonna let you guys lock it down.
Okay.
You just let us be paranoid over this, and you weren't planning to do anything, were you?
I think
You've already.
I think he's just
You know
going
how
with
to
the-
completely easily circumvent this entire thing and just be like, oh yeah.
I think he's just going with the tech people are gonna roll high and pass the very probably easy.
Oh
test.
my goodness. You know how to hit the lock button.
That has never stopped anyone on Pandora before.
Never stopped anyone on Pandora.
No, you can lock down the vehicle though.
Listen, if they have enough people, they'll just pick it up and walk away with it.
That's an option. Horrifying as it sounds, it is an option.
Like a colony of ants.
We have some of the brutes, or the nomads, or whatever.
No, just like 20 psychos and one guy with a whip.
Everyone gets in the truck.
Matthew,
We drive away.
Yes.
is
You'll
there
need to
a
ask
fence
before
near
you
that
leave.
vehicle that we're walking?
It's in a building, isn't it?
Out of sheer curiosity for this, now yes.
Nessa's gonna take a rope and she's gonna tie one part to the vehicle and then put the other end on the fence like you would a horse.
Okay, done. Everyone can see this happening. Just in case anybody was confused.
And she's gonna do like the little secured.
We drive away.
Not yet. I was going to check the medical place.
Someone else did.
See if they had any health files. You know, so we could stock up.
Go shopping then.
As you open the door, And you see the people. You see the person I described before. They're in the back there. They have some like thicker gloves on and like big goggles on, and they're currently holding a cage of some kind. And stop and look at you. Yeah, can I help you?
Hi.
They set it down, kind of behind them, partially, and scoot it.
You know, I'm not gonna ask questions. Do you have any Tales files by any chance? I can just buy off you.
I got a couple spare. Can't give up too many right now, though. We kind of have we need a lot of them right now. I can give you. Hold on. Walks over to a file, pulls out upper one, pulls out, looks at something, break it down. 2.
2 is fine.
60 each.
60 each. Thank you very much.
60. Hands them over to you, takes the money, looks around for a second, like they go to put it in a pocket, then they look down at it like, Just watch them throw it on the table nearby and go back to their stuff.
Any chance I could just steal it off the table and leave?
Do you wish to?
Not really. My real question was, did they throw it on just a random table next to me? Like I walked over, handed it to them, and then walked back over and threw it on a table near the door?
They just kind of churned. It's not near the door necessarily. They kind of churned and headed back to their cage that's currently bouncing a little bit. It just tossed it on a table as they were going.
Yeah, no questions. I'm gonna get going. I don't want to make Bertram even more mad that I'm late or stalling for time.
Why would you stall for time?
Hey, wait, you didn't go to the weaponsmith yet.
You're right. You're right. Wait a second.
What could you possibly be waiting for?
How many buzz axes did they have?
1 each.
1 each. How many were there?
3.
I have
What's going
3
on
new buzz axes. Thank you very much. I'm going to go get into technical.
What is going
Alright,
on
if you pick
here?
up any more fucking buzz axes, we're gonna start causing you issues. God
Listen,
damn.
listen,
Such
you
a
ever,
hoarder.
Let me have 1 more, so I have an even 20, okay?
Give a
Just
No.
get 1 more.
you ever see Final Fantasy 15 when Noctis cowers up and just starts shooting weapons?
Yes.
That's just gonna be Crystal T-posing in the air with all of her buzzsaws just siren powering them at people.
Just fucking. I mean, assure you, Amiga. Just. Where are the fucking swords?
God.
Buzz axes.
So many buzz axes. Heading out. Make a survival check.
Not enough. Not enough yet.
Natural 8, 13.
More, I need more.
Okay. So you get a little lost on the way.
We're exploring the Highlands, adding it to the map.
Exactly. You end up, as you're trying to find this place, and you're just driving.
So long as we don't fall off the
You
bridge.
end up on top. You end up hitting a break, and you realize you're on top of one of the more peak, mountainish peak spots of the Highlands. Looking down, you go, "All right, I have found what looks like the house."
Since we're up here, binoculars.
There's a problem.
Survey the area.
Okay, there's a problem though. I don't have a road down this side of these ridges. And you survey the area. You see the house down there? You see what looks to just be a bandit going about. They're very roughed up. Just jacket, all that jazz. Normal bandit outfit, just going about a day, and it looks like they're picking something off of a couple of the plants nearby.
How far away?
Probably about 2,000, a little over 2,000.
Sufficiently too far away. Excellent.
You watch as a skag tries to come up and eat it, and they just fucking boot it back out of the way. Or they can keep going about their day. They kind of wanders off. You see what looks like off in the distance, a ways off one of the valleys, you see something curl, kind of rotate up before its tail just flicks out and as it goes back down into the ground. a number of little crawling, like using their front wings as front legs, crawling around on the ground, flickering in and out of visibility. Long scorpionish tail effects. Long whip-like tails with like spikes at the end.
Okay, so it looks like I need to try to find a different route down, or...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was just seeing if you had any questions about the view you were taking. I was going to give you a second to ask questions.
I
But otherwise, just part of the 13 is just, you just took a little bit longer to wander around, and eventually you can come up to it. As you come up, he's just kind of sitting in a chair on the front porch.
What are our bandit contracts? Which one is this?
This is, Benny.
I don't need names, it's just, is it like a route, make them go away, or needed dead?
This one was kill. This was a kill one. And he's just kind of sitting there rocking as you stroll up, as you guys, like, start speeding up along the ways.
Find somewhere to park the truck group comes along. Yes.
You guys approaching? Unless you try to stealth? I don't know.
We just see a bandit and maybe a skag. I think they might be woefully overnumbered.
If the skag isn't theirs, it's just kind of wandered in and they kicked it. They tried to bite them. You see it rocking, them rocking.
There's just an old man just in that.
Fuck you on.
We've picked up a contract in town. Apparently they are not liking your presence here.
How much?
What?
How much to kill me?
Look at the thing.
800.
800.
What if I give you 1,000 to leave?
Can you make yourself scarce and find somewhere else to be?
Does that hinge on this working?
Well, otherwise we're doing contracts poorly.
Also, let's send someone else after you.
You can fake your death.
Fuck, I'll move. Assholes in town cause of problems. Fuckers. Yeah,
Sorry
I'll
about
move.
the
Rather not
inconvenience.
die. And I'm not fucking with you. Here, we just pulls out, walks inside, pulls out like one of these small little lock boxes, just tosses it on the ground out in like the no man's land between y'all. Take that, I'm fucking leave in the like next day or two, I guess.
Is it goes to plants?
Is it what?
Is it because of your plants?
Partially. One of them was stealing from me, so I shot him. That's my best guess.
Fair. I'm half expecting us to grab the thing and just gonna have a son just gonna snap up and go and eat it. Try and
Yeah,
eat
Barry,
one of
you
us.
want to go check the box? Or Schmeat, whichever.
Yes, meat. Why don't you go check the box?
I don't know if Medina
Who's
can
checking
talk.
the box?
Okay,
I'll open it.
Okay, you open it, and there is a stack of cash in there.
knock it off.
Money.
Cool.
Too loud.
Gotcha.
Ow.
Alright, make yourself scarce.
I'll be gone the next fucking day or two. Yeah, you just
Doing
gotta
business
keep
with
up
you.
wanders inside.
How are we handling, like, group funds, by the way? Is there's the 200 from earlier and the 1200 now. Does somebody want to divide that, or do we want to...
1,000 now.
Yeah, I know. But there was still the 200 earlier.
Yeah.
That never
250
really,
earlier.
like, where'd we put this?
I was just writing it on the Lancer thing so we can divide it. That's another point.
You're just keeping a bank total, then?
Yeah.
Okay. Put it there, then.
Listen, keeping money locked up in the Lancer, not your worst plan.
We keep it in a pillow, okay?
Yeah.
It's under the upholstery.
Alright.
That's in the technical.
As you guys continue on to the next one, I'm not gonna lie. Not every bounty, not every enemy on this planet, as you can tell, is insanely strong. This one is a psycho. You can see it on the mask just doing it. You guys catch a sight of him in the distance beforehand. He's currently just beating the shit out of a dead stalker.
Is it a corrosive one?
It's a stalker. He doesn't seem to be burning alive right now.
It'd be melting.
Correct. How would you guys like to handle this? I'm not even going to roll initiative here, because your guys' damage is overwhelming.
One dude attacked by 6 people? That just...
Hey,
How would you like to handle this?
Hey, the guy, save your ammo. Perch him just drive me within range. Keep circling around.
Okay, just go cut his head off. Just call it dead.
Nah, they might suicide bomb or something.
They have a particularly interesting looking mask.
Yeah, it has like jagged teeth drawn up that go curl up the side of it with like a tongue sticking out of the bottom piece. And it looks like it's drawn on there with like a neon Sharpie.
No one has
And like angry eyebrows drawn on with 2 other different types of neon color above the eye sockets.
I mean, if you guys want to run them there, otherwise we can just keep our distance and light them on fire over and over.
Just whatever, like, a damage thing you had planned would probably work. It's just... Since bounties are becoming slightly annoying, and there's individuals here that need to kind of conceal their faces, every time we come across a psycho that may or may not actually have a mask worth taking, might want to think about it.
I mean, we can pull over and take the mask after.
Yeah.
Takes a shot.
Takes a shot. I'm just gonna give you guys because of range, and you can just keep like, oh, here he is, he's almost in reach. Back up. I'll let you guys just take him out. It's not particularly challenging this time.
There you go, Schmeat. Midday snack. Okay, we got a mask.
Gotta turn this one in at the board. Gotta wait a day or 2 and then turn in the other guy at the board. After this, just some stalkers in the area, right?
Not stalkers. It was just named that there was a particular aberrant stalker causing issues.
Okay. It's still in the area, and there's probably more than one.
Yeah, I would say there's always the good chance of stalkers come in packs.
See what's happening over there. Unfortunate.
That happens. Alright, driving up to the area. What is everybody's passive? You know, this is one of those passives. It's easy enough. I do know somebody else's is high enough, so the group can notice this. As you're getting closer to the area, they give you a area, not just, you know, here's this spot. It's like one of those in this radius kind of area where the attacks have occurred. Make a survival check for me. And then you also get this little tidbit on top.
20 total.
20 total, so not too hard. You start keeping an eye out and you start seeing little claw marks, footprints where they've leaped. It seems like heavy digging in. And between you and Crystal's passive, easy enough to notice for the group of like heavy tire treads in the area.
Like, can we tell the vehicle type from it, or just like technical?
20 survival. Probably something big and armored. Kind of similar to what you got, but not quite that big.
Which direction it was going, but there is.
It seems to have been driving around a lot, kind of sporadically, or well, not sporadically. It seems to be driving around a lot, possibly looking for something as well.
Well, that's there. I don't imagine that'll sneak up on us.
Hopefully you didn't just jinx it.
Oh.
It's disguised as a rock. Just every time we look away, a rock slightly moves just a little bit.
Eeks ever so slightly closer.
It's shitty cardboard, but we're far enough
electric.
away and dumb.
It's got that electric engine too, so it's the silent killers. It just slowly.
But where are the cacti? Stalking berry.
9-0 chance badass stalker coming up, but Medina's busy, so I guess we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Alright.
We can give him a. You know what? Let's take a small break as you guys are searching this area, like a quick 5-minute break. I have to go to the bathroom personally, and it'll give him a moment to let the audio
Be
die
able
down
to talk.
on his. So let's take a quick minute break.
Alright.
That way. I will be right back.
Man, today has been just violence. Isn't it great?
We woke up and chose violence.
We didn't choose violence. Violence chose us. They're going to attack anyway.
We're adapting to Pandora. We're becoming naturalized citizens.
I've been here for a bit.
To be honest, as all Smeet really knows.
Hey, you got fresh bone marrow. Straight from the tap.
When it feeds me a thresher, not a stalker.
You can kind of say Smeet was made for violence too.
I gotta say, I was really so very disappointed there was not one more round. I checked what I would have gotten next one. It would have been, what, a 17 and a nat 20?
At least Crystal didn't get critical with that punch.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Probably had enough time for a short rest between now and then, by the way.
Yeah. Sadly, my turret doesn't come back on a short rest.
Yeah, that means I get my key point back, though.
Dude, and your guys' kneecaps eaten first.
Hey, I'll be back as well.
I'll roll some. My hit die as well.
Baller.
Oh, by the way, Dylan, have you beaten, was it Moonlighter?
No, I've just beat the first boss for the first dungeon. Well, the last boss of the first dungeon.
Like the big boss, right?
The big boss of the first dungeon, yeah.
I think I'm on like the third or fourth dungeon.
I have returned.
Or dungeon itself.
The dungeon itself. I think I've made it to either the final big boss on that.
There's 5 dungeons. Do you have the DLC for it as well? Is there something else
I got it
going
on
there
the
as
phone,
well?
so I have no idea what that comes with. I don't know if it comes with a DLC or not. Because it's like Netflix gaming, which is fucking weird. I don't know if it has everything. It doesn't say.
Honk.
But it does not have controller support for the phone for some reason.
It's not what?
It doesn't have controller support on the phone for some reason. No, you can play it, but it just doesn't work. You can't like go in your inventory or anything like that, so it's a bummer.
Yeah, I barely sure it's rather cheap though on the actual PlayStation though. It's more fun there than on the phone.
Yeah, it's free on the phone. It's pretty much like test running it.
Hey, Matt. You're back, right, Matt?
He came back.
Yeah, what's up?
He's left.
What are the dimensions of the Lancer?
10 feet wide, 30 feet long. At least for yours.
I use the pet that lets me stun on hit. It's not a 100% guarantee. It's like a 10% chance, I think.
Just want to make sure I noted that down.
There's no noise right now because I'm outside. Girlfriend's playing with baby. And dogs, so it's like too much noise at once.
Ugh.
What's up with the answer question?
Oh, I know how much stuff we can fit inside of it.
A decent chunk, however, we have that much raw materials mixed with gas tanks,
You're a hoarder.
Yeah.
turrets. It adds up.
I'm
You're a
not
hoarder.
a hoarder. What am I hoarding?
Buzz
Materials.
You're gonna do a Richter
3
Belmont.
different answers all at the same time.
Also,
That says
also,
enough.
hey guys,
Yeah.
no one still collected the gas.
I thought someone said they did.
No, all of you collectively went, hey, nobody got the gas yet, and then moved on.
Oh, it's not my job. I
It's
killed the people.
fine.
I didn't know we
Hey,
had
why
any
would you
empty
drink it?
space for it. I don't remember how much we have in storage, or how much we can still fill.
How much have we used already?
Well, that's
Okay.
why you say something. You'd be like, yo, Eric, what we got? And I got, like,
Yo, Eric.
dude, we can hold like 8.5 units and we currently have 2 in reserve.
Oh, cool. We should have taken that gas before we left. Whoops.
Ah,
Thaddeus just needs to do the Richter Belmont X item crash.
God damn it. Just yeet, 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 yeet.
No, he just make him spin around him and smack all the enemies. Uses power.
Power!
You know which animation I'm talking about, right?
Yes. Is everybody back?
Robert walked away.
Robert.
time is
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da-da. Yeah, no, I was sitting there thinking about it and realizing the same thing as you guys going on, as you said, I've just rolled up with 6 people on a random bandit bounty. He's not gonna last. Doesn't matter what I give him unless it's extreme.
I was expecting, like, bandit camps. It's like, oh, it's a singular one? Oh.
Yeah, not
Okay.
everything's a bandit camp. Some bounties are literally just a random bandit.
They're just particularly problematic. There's like that one guy who you had a gun shoot in the face. And he's asking you to shoot him in the face. Yeah, yeah. Shoot him, McShooty face. Exactly. You know what I was talking about.
I'm always so tempted to just shoot him in his hand or his leg.
He just questions why.
Then he attacks you. Get over here.
Face McShooty.
Okay. Sorry, I got it wrong.
Do you seriously go
I
and
heard
look?
what you said. No, I heard what he said, and I was thinking, that feels wrong. Why does that feel wrong? What is his actual name? I just sat stunned for the last 2 minutes, thinking about what his name was.
Nope, there comes the baby.
They really have moved into the
That's
screaming
gross.
phase, haven't they?
I gotta restart my phone.
Do what you gotta do.
Yep, we're still waiting on Robert, so. While we're here, does anybody have any other fun questions, though?
It's not letting me restart my phone.
Your phone's not letting you restart your phone? Oh dear. Technology's gone rogue.
It's Black Mirror time.
I have a question, I guess.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I throw the buzz axes?
Yes,
And if
they have
so,
thrown
what is the
property.
range?
2016. 2016.
2060. And if I do throw one, can I throw a second one as an offhand attack?
Yes. Yes, you
Okay.
can.
I didn't know that only applied for literally melee attacks, or if offhand would
So,
count as well.
Base D&D rules, it only applies to melee attacks. However, you can't throw a melee weapon if it has the thrown property as part of that. Technically shouldn't apply to guns. However, we're here in Borderlands, in a sci-fi setting of fucking guns. So you can also dual wield guns.
2060?
Yeah, 2060 on the axis.
Cool.
Just as the
Thank you
random
very much.
tidbit.
Also, what was the damage type for that middle arm? Just bludgeoning? Cool. Thank you very much. Answers all my questions. For now.
Although, since it is an improvement on an unarmed strike you deal, technically you can channel it through you can use your strike for it too.
So I can just make
Or
it
damage
force.
type. Correct.
Cool. Cool. Okay. Noted. Oh, actually note that, actually.
God, that thing is always so loud. I hate it.
It is particularly so.
Okay.
I need you to specify for the recording. You said my damage type can be channeled through.
Yes,
The
because
now on.
it is an improvement on an unarmed strike. It can be.
Okay. Thank you very much. I may or may not be referring back to the
Why?
tablet of meat.
But he said that so ominously, like I'm going in for a court case of, can you please state for the record, sir?
What monk are you going for?
That's a good question.
Archetype-wise.
We'll find out, I guess. Is that everybody back?
Maybe.
Is that time is that?
Thaddeus, I'm gonna send you.
Yep. Alright, so quick sound off. Everybody good?
Hello.
Swap.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Medita, I heard you talk a second ago.
I'm here. I'm just outside with the dogs.
Okay, just making sure we're good if everybody's good to move.
So long as you can roll dice.
Where did my pen go?
Okay, so I was having you guys explore. You are in one of the driving around. It leads you into one of these like more valley regions of the area. There's like craggy peak, like as like a almost like a U. Well, not U, like almost a full circle with like a small entryway to get in. You guys are at the bottom of this valley, and there is like a like pondish bit gathering in the middle as you guys have been driving around and looking towards the towards one of the edges of it, butted up closer to like the slope that curves up. You see like a rocky outcropping bit, large rocky outcropping bit with like 15 feet wide, like 10-ish feet tall, that starts to lead inside to a cave. And that's where it seems like a lot of the stalker tracks were heading towards. However, because of passive perception and high survival, you'll also notice there are these same tire treads going into there.
Well, that doesn't strike me as particularly great. Here, let's stash the technical somewhere nearby, and probably yank something out of it to make sure it can't drive away.
Give me a minute.
Right, pulling it off to the side. Are you just trying to hide it particularly well, or just out of the way?
Probably actually trying to give it some cover if possible.
Make a stealth or survival check for it. If you do stealth, both are going to run off wisdom in this case.
Stealth is better, but let's do survival. 19.
19. 19 is pretty solid. As you start to go through and try to cover it up. I should try, that's rude. You do a decent job of covering it up.
You do a
You only try.
decent job.
Do I need to correct my statement again? I'm sorry, you do a really good job of covering it up.
Thank you, DM.
Would you also like a head pat? I can't reach the
no,
phone,
don't
but I
touch
can
me.
send the vibes. I can send the vibes.
No.
I can send the vibes. I can send the vibes.
No.
He will store them up for a counter for next time you visit. They are not optional.
All right, I'm making a check. One head pat. I have one at
Don't
the top of my sheet.
do that.
It is being prepared.
I say as someone who's been fucking subjected to that before. Why me?
I could
will
also
again.
change it. I could also add 1 second to an awkwardly long hug for each one.
Will you pick him up? Will you hug him hard enough to pick him up off the ground?
I'm
leaning
slightly
back?
difficult with that one.
Matt is strong.
Maybe.
I've seen Matt pick up a 230-pound object and just squat down and just flip it overhead.
Yeah, but I'm taller than Matt. The angles gets a little weird.
It was also taller than Matt.
Sir, I can pick up my 6'6" cousin. Be good. But that is not important or particularly relevant to the session today, so moving on. What would you guys like to do now that you've hit on the technical?
I have no idea where we're actually going.
Moving into the cave
I
carefully.
got distracted.
Alright, everybody make a stealth check.
Remember, these things have a natural shield generation of some kind and cloaking.
And it normally stops cloaking whenever the shield goes out. At least that's what Echopedia said.
Yep.
However, you do know Echopedia is also suspicious because people like to troll.
It's crowdsourced, I believe it. The
24.
wisdom of the masses.
The internet can't lie.
Exactly.
24 stealth.
21.
Nessa got a
21.
dirty 20, but Rex got a 5.
Got a 5?
Yeah.
Tech's got a 5, okay.
Why'd you make
11.
Okay.
Got a natural 20 for 23, I think.
Okay.
I feel like your
Yeah.
deck's tired now.
No. No, that's right.
Stronger than you are fast?
No.
He might have put it in the
He's just
wisdom.
bad at everything?
Most of our stuff is in wisdom.
That's a choice.
Ooh!
But that's still not much higher.
Been there. But that's a
That
choice.
sounds like glass breaking.
It's the metal colory thing, I think.
It was my eardrums going.
Also those.
I don't have the best.
What
That's
is
enough.
Schmied's stealth? Dina?
Occupied with dogger, baby. Possibly.
Possibly. 17.
17.
Okay.
Ah, mano.
So, as you guys start to try to quietly move into the cave, sticking to the sides, trying to blend in some, you move down and you notice there are some dead stalkers around. But seems to have just been shot, bullet holes. Those are recognizable enough for most anybody here.
Do you remember that on top of specifically bring a corrosive one back to the medical person, the barmaid wanted normal stalkers because mate.
A little spicy type. But as you move in, you start to see what seems to be a number of stalkers that have been put down, killed, just shot in all kinds of a mass, probably just in a bit of a battle as it was going through. A couple of them look smushed, either as they were just hit as they was going through or afterwards. And as you get closer in, you start to hear voices shouting back a little bit, talking. And as you start to round the corner, you see vehicles similar to yours, but much shorter. It's not nearly as long. Guns and weaponry set up on top. You see standing on either side of it, and one at top on the turret are 3 heavily armored individuals in a bright red armor, holding assault rifles for the 2 of them that are standing there, and then one of them just manning the turret, keeping an eye on the cavern in the direction you are. And as you guys are coming around the corner, Tex bounces into the wall making a tink noise, and Jethro, as it happens, kind of distracts for your seconds. You step, you move your head back, oh god, something happened. And as you do, you run part of your shield piece against the wall.
I am covered in clanky metal bits.
And you hear one of the people go, "Oh, hey, who's out there?" And they're currently looking around. They don't seem to have spotted you immediately.
Before we continue on with this, world history. What's the situation with the Crimson Lance at the moment? Is Atlas thing? Or
make
they
make a history check for me, please.
Sure.
Can we all do this?
I would think that this would be general world knowledge because that's kind of big.
Well, it's the same thing of, do you know the politics of every branch of every people, a number of other things?
They're big people.
This is a whole galactic
They're
thing.
really big.
There's a lot of people everywhere. There's a lot of it that goes on. And yeah, I don't see any reason this, besides maybe Shmeet because of memory issues. Everybody else can probably make it.
Wait. That was it history?
Yes.
Okay, just
Fortunately,
18.
Shmeet's. Yeah. Okay.
Also 18.
16.
Okay. 16.
Is Atlas falling or these renegades? Is Atlas doing well?
I was just waiting to see because there was if is anybody else rolling? Cause...
Say history?
Yeah.
8.
Oof. You don't have to. It's just up to you.
I kind of want to.
Okay. I was just trying to give everybody a chance to roll before I started talking.
I got a nat 20, so 28.
I see you want a comprehensive lore breakdown. Do we have 2 hours?
Yes.
Yes.
But no. Okay, so the Crimson Lance has gone through Nessa in particular because Nessa, you've had too much time on your hand to read books of a large diversity of topics, go through the Echo Nets, trawl. What everybody knows about this, I'll start with that, I guess, and say the Crimson Lance coming through has gone through a number of iterations, and it's oftentimes mixed up with the Crimson Raiders that used to exist here on Pandora. Everybody knows they originally came from Atlas, and then ended up working with Dahl. But in recent years, they've been making an upsurgence as a bit of mercenaries.
Bad mercenaries?
Now-
Good mercenaries? Horrible people? Bad people?
Mercenaries,
Good people?
just general.
Yeah, but that
Now, Nesta,
renders
you
very
would
wide
know-
gamut.
Correct. It's a very large organization. So, Nessa in particular, you would know that in more recent years, the Atlas Corporation went back on a bit of a decline due to what happened at the end of it with a man named Reese had brought the corporation back online, back into existence, and afterwards it kind of went on a bit of a downhill, so they ended up leasing the Crimson Lance out again. And the Crimson Lance currently works as a military contract under the Atlas Corporation, or they're employees of the Atlas Corporation lent out on military contracts or mercenary contracts all over the galaxy. Meaning they generally are working for whoever paid for, whether it's a rich individual, it's another company. It could just be something that Atlas themselves has them out doing. As it is currently, it's not known exactly. You don't know who this branch would be working for. You just know that they have been spread out and working for a number of individuals. They have swept through most of the galaxy Pandora's. Trying to see if there's more for Pandora's that would come out here. They generally have a standard of professionalism about them. Less like the bandits that you've met, which are just like, well, there's a person. Let's get rid of them.
So in other words, we're surprised going to say, hey, it's okay. We're just going to go
Very-
now. Yeah?
And they're just well known to be a decently well-trained, like a rather well-trained and functional teams and units that they send out.
So there's a
In other words, we
non-zero
should just-
chance that this is actually a professional, PMC doing PMC things.
Nessa's going to pull on Crystal's shirt. These guys aren't bad news.
That bad news as in we need to get rid of them immediately, or bad news as in we should not fight them?
We should
I
not
don't
fight
think
them.
we can take them.
We can possibly
we
take them. We don't want to.
We can probably
Let's
just
not.
say we can probably just say we're out here
Yeah.
hunting these things and be in the clear.
That's pretty much
Probably
the camp
so.
I was in.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright?
Someone else speak.
Bertram, you are good with words.
Am I?
Bertram's probably the most diplomatic one I know.
Am I?
How about somebody who doesn't have a price on
Yeah.
being a siren? Just
Oh, hey, wait.
You are-
Hang on. They might recognize faces there. That's a good point.
yes.
Okay.
Alright,
It's me.
I'll take a step out with hands open, like arms up in the air.
as you step out with arms open, you look to see that some of the two people on the ground had started forward some, with like rifles almost at the ready, and they just stop, point up to open the air. Your hands are up already, so they don't shoot. They go, all right, state your business.
Just out here looking to kill some cloakers, bring some back to town. Got a request for it. It looks like you boys have already been doing that.
As you do this, hold on, we'll go back to that. Actually, all right, you alone?
No.
All right, have them step out, please.
Give a nod to the people behind, back from wherever cover.
Hold on. Can I disguise self?
Absolutely.
I didn't think she was
I'm
a
going
siren, though.
to-
Disguise self is a holographic projection.
Yeah, Barry just comes out.
Gonna
Okay,
offer Crystal
what
the
are you looking
Wait.
yourself?
Psycho
What are you
mask.
making yourself look like?
Tessa's gonna
Going
make
back to-
herself look like a boy version of herself.
So in
Okay.
other words, probably exactly the same.
No.
Just add a beard on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think like her dad. But,
Okay.
like, smaller.
Okay.
Probably.
All right. As
Wait,
you
no,
all
not
walk
like her
out.
dad.
I handed Crystal a psycho mask, which I believe she put on.
Yes.
Just a generic dude. She's just a generic dude.
Generic dude. Okay.
Yes.
So, as you guys step out, because you have some high perceptions, I'm just going to give this to the group. You will notice that in the back behind this, there is another set of individuals. A couple of them more like this, helping try to move this like heavy metal cage that you see kind of like beefier than what you've seen in the other versions of these stalkers, thrashing around in it, gnashing at the edge of the cage. You will notice some corrosive spikes stuck into armor on the back of the Lancer, in the cave walls. And you can notice they're corrosive because they're sizzling and letting off a little bit of the smoke that trails the vapor in the air. It's like very acrid, bitter smell to the air. And behind them is one large, at this point in their armor, probably 7 foot tall, heavy plated individual with massive cleaving style sword on their back with an equally large rifle of some kind.
By the Emperor.
By the Emperor is not a bad summation. Who currently looks like is moving over, and as they're trying to these 4 guys are trying to scoot the cage, just walks up to it, grabs it, and starts to lift it, and then just slot it into the back of the Lancer. And need to roll something.
Power armor, nice.
All right, they have pretty good on this. And you see the 2 of them looking at you guys, looking at all of you over. Making eye contact with each other, and he one of them nods his head back. He says, "I need you to wait right here for just a moment, please. My Colleague here goes in, gets our squad leader.
He gives a thumbs up.
And he goes over and gets much as he runs back. And then coming back around the front of all of this is the very tall and large individual. And he just rolls up. He probably stops about 10 feet away, walks ahead of the two guards that are on either side. Looks over at everybody.
Hello.
Recognize the robes? Monastery of Nitrilene.
Indeed.
Recognize the tattoos. You're on a lot of posters. As he looks down at Bertram on the last one. So they said we're hunting stalkers.
Took a banner to help deal with them in the area. And, well, seems like you beat us to it.
Had business with it. Would you mind accepting an invitation to the base nearby? As I believe the commandant of the area would like to have an invitation and an open talk.
Insight check? Across the board, maybe? Somebody who's better at it than I am?
And can I also make one?
Anybody's allowed to make an insight check here.
Someone have advantage?
I don't think that's how this works.
Insight is really hard to give advantage on in this case.
At a 16, it's there.
I got a 15.
20. Natural. 20.
25.
25, 20. That's really good. So, first of all, just to give you a bit of a vibe of this guy, just because, insight, he seems very straightforward, blunt about this. Definitely doesn't give you that feeling of somebody to mix words.
After hours.
As for like lie, are you guys just trying to see if he's lying? If you guys, what all are you trying to
Is it
get?
trap?
Intention?
Yeah.
Intention, like, is this going to be a trap, or are we ever going to be able to leave this camp? Is basically what we're thinking.
Come back to the base. You'll never leave.
Can we join them?
Not to?
So, it's a possibility. He seems to be offering. He seems, like I said, very direct, very straightforward. Not like the mince words, not the like have crafted my sentence and experts kind of guy. Very straightforward. Nothing is particularly aggressive, but he definitely stands there with the full assurance that if this starts, he will do something. He's not lying. He is speaking. He seems to be speaking genuinely when he says that the commandant in the area would like to have a talk and have an open talk and possible offers.
Are the offers good? Bad?
I think we'll see that when we get there.
Depends on what you mean by good, and I don't know his business fully.
That wasn't me asking him.
Oh, sorry.
You put the voice on.
Yeah, it kind of came across that way.
My voice.
Similar. It happens. But I'll retract that bit then. Good or bad doesn't seem to be particularly on his mind. Just like a guy sharing a bit of information.
I mean,
he's mildly indifferent to you right now. It seems like
it's a good sign.
I have no general issues with the
How long
lance.
does this guy's self last?
An hour.
I don't want to do it.
He loses her beard. Yeah.
So?
Is that an open invitation or more of a coercement?
Opens palms. Like, pulls arms from where they were, like, folded and just opens palms. Invitation. If it was coercement, it wouldn't be a request.
I mean, Barry seems to be okay with it. Up to you lot. That's no reason why not.
I'm kind of interested in looking at their base and equipment. Might be able to snatch a job there later when we're all done.
Nessa's gonna look at Barry and shake her head.
I have no general issue with the land, Santa. If you could offer things that would help us, I see a reason not to.
As far as I know, I don't have any problem with them, so sure.
Anything that needs to finishing up here in this Stalker Cave?
We have what we came for. Do you have transportation or do you need it?
Can get ourselves there if you tell me where it is we're going.
We can show you the way. Turns around, round up, people. Heading out. And they very quickly start to break down all their stuff that they had around, pick up any like scraps of any like doors open, latches down. One of them finishes like a quick like repair to the outside of the vehicle. It looks like where it melted a hole in the glass, and it looks like they just filled it with some like quick fill resin.
Before you take off, we have a meat delivery mission back at Overlook. Can we swing by and do that before a lot of this stuff goes bad? People need to eat.
Looks back over at the driver, who looks to be the driver getting there. Reasonable time. Then he just gives a hand like, should be alright. We'll get back a little bit later, but nothing obscene. Yeah.
Cool, thanks for that.
Alright.
I only feel the need to collect some of those spikes if they're within reach.
I
There's
understand, but
plenty
I
of
feel
stalkers
like
bodies along the way.
I think he specifically is talking about the like corrosive ones, but I think that that's
Yeah.
what they're here for, so they may not like us taking that.
Well, they're taking the creature. So
Yeah.
do they need the corrosive spikes that are just sticking in the walls?
Well, if they're leaving them in the walls.
I'm not going to say that. Here's my question for you. More importantly than that, how are you going to grab a deal with the holding the spike? It is currently like corrosively eating through rock.
Please do not grab it with your newly acquired metal arm.
That
I
is
was
my
thinking
question.
about that, but I'm not gonna do that. I assume they'll be ejecting some liquid from the tip of it, like a stinger type thing, and not the entire thing being corrosive and corroding through the rock.
It is currently eating through the rock.
I think essentially his question is it
it's
an
not
injection
as
style,
corrosive.
or is it just like the entire fucking barb is goop?
It might be injective style, but it seems like the large portion of the barb is also leaking.
Could they potentially shake one to where it's not leaking goop on the barb? I don't know.
Make
Strips of my leather armor that I just haven't been using.
make a
Okay.
make a survival check.
Hey, while you're poking that, look, we got plenty of these carcasses. You could probably take some of the skin off of one with a decently thick hide and carve it off and then use it as a wrap.
And since we're heading to the
Oh.
town, we could deliver that to the doctor since they wanted some samples from it.
Yeah. So
Natural 20 for 27.
27. Okay, so I'll say you can shake it off. Some, it burns away the leather straps you pulled off to do so, but you can shake probably, I'll say 2 of them and kind of have most of the acidics gone. Most of the corrosive aspect to it not affecting you. It is good to know that if you try to wrap it in some of the skin, like you suggested, it is,
Gross.
the last little bit that's on it would start to eat through the skin.
it's okay. It makes
But
it a
there's
wrap.
not enough to fully get rid of it.
It's okay. We can. It gives it a We're not. If we store it in that, we're not having it burn away at something else. We
don't want it burning way through the technical driving. Or skin and flesh for people.
Alright, somebody help me carry that stalker bodies. Let's get the truck where it needs to be. Meet you guys back at Overlook.
Hold around, load shit up.
Alright, as you load stuff up, this part's going to be fairly easy. You have a decent map built, so you have a decent way back. You load stuff up, you guys are going to get back, probably say about 4:30 in the afternoon.
Somebody want to deliver the meat, I'll take the
There's not
barbs.
going to be a random roll for encounter, because as you go, they are currently following you. They did say they'd lead you to the base, so they're probably following as a just, well, after you're done there, we leave from there. And any kind of counter you would have is gone when the guy on top just churns in a large energy bolt, for example, as a couple bandits started to take notice, just churns and blows through the bandits and a partial built part of a building wall.
God, I've seen what you've done for others, and I want that for myself.
So, 4:30ish, you guys do get to Overlook.
Well, the truck up next to the bar. Here, somebody make the delivery. I'm gonna go deliver these to the doctor since I'm the one that talked to them about it.
Alright, so
just cause.
Yeah.
Can Nessa go into the doctor with them?
correct. I say correct, that's the wrong term. Indeed! I hate somewhat synonyms in my brain, swapping words around. Running into the barge, and they're like, hey, you guys made it back pretty quick. Can I... Oh, you got some of the stalker meat. Alright, how many you got here? Just round out them all. How about I give you 300 for the bunch of them?
Not there.
Oh, stalker meat. 300 for the bunch of them?
Yeah.
That sounds fine to me.
Oh, perfect. You saved me a lot of problems. Oh, will you be needing that room tonight?
Not tonight.
Maybe not.
I don't.
All right. Just checking to see what I have ready.
Could we get some of that stalker meat when we come back?
Absolutely. This will last me a little ways. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna need to go down and start preparing this. Reaches under the counter, pulls it out. There's your money.
Yep.
And she starts carrying the stalker corpses downstairs to the people heading over to the medic's house. Medic's house, doctor's office, hut. There's a couple things that could work here. You come in and find them again back at their table.
Couldn't get the
Okay,
actual beastie. The Lance seemed to have acquired it, but we got some barbs for you.
And as you say that, they teleport almost from the back to you.
Hi.
He goes, ooh, let me see.
Here.
And just holds out, like, grabby hands.
We go, watch out, there's still a bit of a... Yeah, okay.
Ooh, yeah, got a little sting to him. That's fine. Hold on just a second. And she runs back. They run back to the edge of it all, and you watch as they, like, click along a couple of the two test tubes that they have back there, pull one of them out, kind of sets it in one of the racks, pulls things, just like, and hey, puts like one of those last little drops that was probably in it as like shaking and like try to like squeeze the spine to see if it'll like let a little bit more out, and it hits. And she just sits there staring at the reactions for a few moments, and then they stand up and goes, "Oh, that's just right. It's very interesting what happened. Not what I expected today. But reward. I did promise a reward. I didn't think it'd be this quick. I didn't have anything ready. Hold on, I'll be right back." And they run into a door at the back, and you hear like rummaging sounds. Where they come out and just bam, and they hold out a shield. Should be pretty solid, pretty helpful. It's nice when it gives you like a little bit hardier.
50,000 health.
It stimulates some of the physical aspects of your body, makes your endurance last a little bit better. You can get shot a couple more times. It's generally helpful.
Okay, what does my what does this actually do HUD say?
Mechanically, this gives you an extra 15 shield. This gives you 15 shield and an extra 10 health.
Okay.
As it seems to be enough ancient make.
So it's...
That sounds awesome.
Gotcha. Yeah, that
Very
sounds like
awesome.
it's give it to a barbarian. Unless
Barry
somebody
will
else
trade
really
you-
wants it.
Barry will trade you one that also does 15 health. And 15 shield. But does not do anything for the health.
Doesn't it give
Thank you.
explosive resistance, or is that
Stuff.
Schmeats?
I think that's Schmeats.
That's me.
That's great. And to be frank, I think he might need the explosive resistance.
I have explosive resistance.
Bella, you're gonna have
Just so that we can...
That's what we're commenting on.
Yeah, just so that we can just hand off items. Does anybody particularly want this that is berries, and does anybody want a 15 that... I don't, does it do anything else?
I mean, Barry will trade it for
No, it does the 15 shield with the 10 health.
No, I mean the one he's offering.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's just
Better
a
than a
15
10
shield.
shield.
Mine's just 15 shield.
Okay, so who still has a 10 shield that wants a 15 shield?
Raise his hand. Slowly. But very obviously.
Okay, here you go.
So he gets the 15 and the 10?
No,
Alright.
you get the one that gives you 10 HP.
Okay.
They get your old 15.
On
This
the way
should
back,
happen.
your disguise self dropped.
Well, I was gonna ask a question before we left the medical office.
Okay.
She's gonna ask the doctor, do you have an extra one of those? And she's gonna point to the mask.
Oh, of course. Would you like a fun design or just a plain basic one?
A fun one?
Psychic
Like,
damage.
puts finger up to like chin and lip area, like looking at you like up and down. Got what I know. And runs back
Fun.
over to desk, opens it up, pulls one out that just has like a bunch of overlaying gear imprints on it.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's steampunk.
Yes. And there you go.
She's gonna drop her.
That was
just-
fine. You can have that. You gave me these, and that is more than enough to keep me entertained for a while.
She's gonna drop her disguise and put the mask on.
It would have dropped by now already, anyways.
Okay, never mind. But
The ride back.
I'm trying to make myself not look like myself. But I think the mask is okay enough, right?
Shrugs.
And actually, I don't think you're the one who has to worry about that too ever much, compared to, the sirens.
Definitely does.
Yeah, she definitely does.
Definitely
The
does.
siren?
Yes.
Really? She's
He
more...
has a higher bounty than Bertram.
That's not hard.
How? What the
Yes,
hell
it's
did you
gonna
do?
shrug. I don't know.
Nessa has her surgical mask, which... I mean, we all know how hard it was to identify other people during that year, so...
I'm aware.
Can I also have a hat?
I don't have any more hats.
You don't get hat. No hat for
Oh.
you. Hee hee ho ho ha ha.
I don't fucking know. Gun store might have a hat if you want to swing by there first. They do that
Please.
sometimes.
The orange deer hunter hat. Just the most stereotypical thing ever, yeah?
As you guys walk up, you see the Bullets for Bodies sign. Open the door with a ding 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 ding. It's up. You gotta get up from the back of the work table, turn around, come back up. What do I gotta do? What do you want?
Hat, please.
Alright. So it kind of points around. Yeah, fuck it. Pulls out a worn one he's used. $5.
Is it enough to fit my hair in it?
Yeah, it's a ball cap.
Close enough. I'll take it.
Hands it over.
Hands over the money.
Yeah, tucks it in the pocket.
You sound like you just completed a drug deal.
Yeah. Alright, have a day. And he turns back around to continue
She's
his...
just stuff all her hair
good
up
to
in
know.
the ball
Seems
cap.
to be like... good to know for you. You would like to notice this. Just in the back, filing away, working at it. Dealing with a quad-barreled shotgun. Just because gunsmithing something that stands out to you here.
Can I give him some advice?
Oh no.
No.
Make
Yes,
a gunsmithing check.
Tell them how to do their job.
That'd be horribly insulting, Max. Don't be insulting.
Look off, it's happening.
Make a gunsmithing. Yep, make a gunsmithing check.
I got a 27.
You do notice that as he's doing this, the hammer the hammer where it is at the breakdown for the reload is slightly misaligned. And if they realign that, any misfiring issues should cease.
God.
I hate to be a bother, but
Wow.
that's a little crooked. If you straighten it up a little bit, should be fixed.
Gives you a look, narrows eyes,
Smiles.
down at it. And then you watch as just gets the thing and starts to unscrew a piece and pull it out to straighten it.
And then she
Promise you.
uses
It'll fix
it
right
on
up.
her. Boom.
Seems to have moved on to working and is just kind of not dealing with you guys now.
Have a great day.
Yeah.
As we're walking out, I'm not sure if you made a friend or an enemy, but you've definitely done something. Now those landsmen are probably not going to wait too much longer. Need anything else before we head out?
No, I think I'm okay.
Alright, get a move on. They're probably done selling the meat by now. I can probably give this shield to
Headed
Barry.
back. Everybody meets back up at the tentacle?
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys are walking up to it, the guy leans out the side of it. It looks like the driver leans out the side. He's in a bit lighter armor. You guys might want to top off and just in case. I don't know how far you guys gotta go from here. Just might want to top off or whatever you got real quick so you can get back.
We still have yet to go and get the gas from the car.
The tentacle's
What
gone.
car?
Too late. It's despawned.
Can Nessa whisper into Bertram's ear?
Probably.
You should ask them if they can pay for the gas.
But no. You idiot. Don't do that.
I haven't
You do
seen
not hear anything.
I haven't seen a place that actually offers gas in town, so I'm not sure if there is one.
Do you think they have extra gas?
Hold on, let the voice in me head tell me whether or not this town is a gas station.
Walking around, you didn't see just straight up a gas station, but you saw a number of people had tanks, so there's probably a way to get gas in town.
Probably look around to find it. Do you really think that we need to ask them to front foot it?
If they really want us to see the boss, then they'll pay for our gas, I think.
Alright, get yourself set up.
We
I'll
have
see
no money.
I'll see what I can do.
We have money. Oh god.
Go over to the landsman. Hey, I'll be honest, we're doing bounties because money's a little tight. We want to get to where it is that you guys are. Can we have, Bertram says the amount that gas would normally go for? Because it seems wildly expensive in this universe, and I don't want to say just $20. Because that'll do
Fair,
nothing.
Expensive. Fair. Are you just asking to refill the vehicle you bring,
Basically,
or are you drinking? Are you bringing both vehicles or just one?
think it's just the technical right now because the other one's too much of an endeavor.
Okay. That's fair. This is me just asking so I know what they're answering for.
Yeah.
It looks at you like, ah! It looks over and you just see the big guy in there. Roll persuasion check.
Persuasion. I get to roll dice on a charisma check. Wow. 26.
Did someone call for me earlier?
Yeah, we can.
Thanks for that.
Your vehicle will be topped off and reserves filled.
Oh, the reserve. Totally. Thanks.
You rolled a 27, dude. It's really good.
Opens up the back of the Lancer. Hell yeah.
When our group becomes a subsidiary of the Crimson Raider.
I agree with this.
Crimson Lance.
Sorry, Crimson Land.
Crimson Raiders is Roland's group for Sanctuary that we played with.
And the Lancemen are awesome.
That mean he's filling up the Lancer as well?
Remember, if we paint our cars red, they'll go 3 times.
They said you guys only offered. I asked they check for the technical and reserve.
Are you telling me that you didn't fill up the Lancer beforehand, Thaddeus, when we had the reserve active?
I'd say with the Bandit technical to get everybody else in, you could only carry one of the extra gas tanks. Just to give you guys space room for everybody to fit. But that's still the big tank, and then a gas tank from one of the bandits that could easily go with.
Well, you say fill our reserves. I'm still assuming that means all the stuff that we have in the in the Lancer. Cat.
I'm gonna say no, just because you can't really transport all that on the technical with everybody there.
When Jethro just comes around the corner with the dolly and
retop off the technical. But effectively, what I'm saying here is you could retop off the technical when you get there, and then like 3 extra units of gas.
It will remove what we would not then have.
Just because you have to have room in the vehicle for everybody.
It's fine. We get it done. They pay for it because they're awesome, and then apparently we're good to go.
No, they just said they'd fill it up at the base.
Ah.
Which means what we spend on the way there.
Correct.
All right, everyone, start painting your armor red.
All right. As you all file out and follow along, this doesn't require a check on your parts because they're leading the way. There is no random encounter roll needed because, barring some outstanding circumstances, you guys are very well fortified with them in front of you and your guys' stuff as well. So I shall forgo it for the moment.
Are you sure you don't want to roll? It could be 4 warp threshers.
It could be 4 warp threshers. You know what? You guys asked for it. You guys want to. You could roll a d20.
Krolomarax time. The grandson of Krolomarax.
Roll 1.
Paramorphosis explodes out of the ground.
I nominate Thaddeus, as I feel like he's the one that wants this the least.
I mean, I rolled a natural 1, so...
Excellent.
Yeah. Just, that'd be the worst. Paramorphosis, here he comes. Good old Terry boy.
Thaddeus rolled a 1.
That's hilarious. In front of the vehicle...
I rolled the wrong die.
You did see... Roll... Actually, hold on.
Hold on,
to look and make sure with the Highlands table stuff.
Yeah, it could be our bounty target.
Yeah, Skullmark Thresher, alright.
It could be your bounty target. Here's what I'll say, because Thresher is the random encounter for this. Somebody else roll a second d20.
Who hasn't rolled much this game?
Mechanically Medina, but...
I got 13.
18.
13 is the one that came up first. So... Unfortunately, I'm going to say it's not your bounty.
No.
Oh, shit. Did you guys turn in the bounty for the Psycho?
Yes.
No.
$500.
Get the dead guy, yes.
Oh,
There's
the
a
dead guy.
for each.
That's the sum for the whole bounty. You guys can split that however you want.
Just put it in the stockpile.
Yeah.
You
When we
guys
get
have
him-
a small bank inside the Lance. Lancer.
When we get a number that can be split by 6.
Sorry. I didn't think about it. I had these bounties just kind of like at a reasonable amount that made sense for this.
Well, 6 is one of those things that is the derivative of 3, which means fuck everything you love.
Basically.
We're probably just going to do it right now.
But I'll say a couple threshers do pop up, but they run 2 of them down and quickly gun down the other 2. They're not particularly large. You see them stick out of the ground. There's maybe 4.5 to 5 feet of each thresher sticking out of the ground. As they try to slam into the side of the Crimson Lancers, the Crimson Lancer, and don't effectively do much.
Bonk.
But you guys have now seen your first shot of the Threshers, which were ground under tire and shot rather easily. So, before long, I say before long, probably, let's say about 5 hours of driving. And getting there, you guys getting dark, pull up to a compound that is currently lit up fairly well. You see large walls up around it. It is sitting built kind of like on an upraised base that seems to have been extended out and solid down on the side of one of these like arching up ridges of the highlands, with a like ramp running up, like a ramp. What's the word? Like curving. Sorry, I don't know why I said ramp because curving up. A curving road running up the side of this sloping ledge to get up into this. Walls up around it, seemingly on there. There's a guard tower at each of the corners. People watching some, but it's only like one person at each corner. And as you get close, the gate just open and slides to the side. As you guys pull in, you see three decently large buildings. One to the if you're heading into the back left corner, you can see it looks to be a bit of a motor pool sticking out visibly. You can see a couple like engine pieces littering on the ground, like the front end of a vehicle sticking out. All built of like the same steely-ish, just gray. It's not very over the top, not very fancy. It's just functional. To the right, as you come in, you start to go along. You see what just seems to be a building. You see a number of people walking in and out of the doors. Can't really see much inside of it, unfortunately. And then as they pull into the middle and stop, at the back right of it seems to be a barracks. If what you're seeing is right, you can see the doors popped open. You can see some beds inside. And then this remainder of the bottom left of the bottom left quarter of this place would be kind of open for a number of things that are happening. There's some general exercises going on. People trying to keep up with fitness. One of the corners seems to be delegated to a shooting range, although that's backed up against a wall with nobody right next to it or anywhere particularly near it. It's not super full of people. Looking around, you see maybe 20 people milling about. What are your guys' current thoughts? I don't know what you just said. It kind of echoed weird.
Mentally comparing it to the monastery.
Fair. I heard yours. I was trying to say Max is echoed really weirdly for me.
Intimidating.
Okay.
I want to see the armory.
All right.
Trying to see where they want me to park.
Fair. You watch as they pull up to the motor pool, and one of them stop. You see the driver lean out and kind of point to the side of the whole building, just gesturing to just pull alongside it.
Do so.
And they pull up, and you are pulled in. You guys have decent perceptions, so you hear the driver get out and go, "Well, guys, fill her up. Get that wheeled around and let's get it done." And then you hear the heavy plodding footsteps of the large guardsmen. That's the wrong term. got me stuck on that now with the Warhammer comment. The large lancer walking around the corner.
The large brother.
Alright. Follow me, please. And it starts to lead you to that building that was to the immediate right as you guys came in. You can't really see much into it. And just pushes open one of the doors. Gets you guys in, and you see you are currently entering what seems to be a side of the cafeteria, which seems to make up a large portion of the building. Feel free to sit, get something to eat. I'm getting the commandant. And letting
It feels
him know
weird
you're
every
here.
time you say that, Matt.
What?
Commandant.
I know. But that is the position in the Lances, in the Crimson Lances.
It's just in between words that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I said commander for a long time too. I just realized nope, it's just in every one of the bits of it commandant, apparently.
Huh.
Might be commandant, and I might be pronouncing it wrong. It just looks like commandant.
It's done.
I'll have to look that up later and see if that is correct or if it is commandant. And if so, I will correct myself in the future. But for now, we'll continue.
Commandant makes more sense.
But at the same time,
Actual thing.
But at the same
matter
time,
weird Borderlands.
Doesn't matter though.
No, as I said, we'll worry about it later.
Hooray for what's likely MREs.
I'm not going to say it's amazing, but it's standard quality and it's not atrocious.
It's not dog food. Or a former literal dog.
It is not. This is the fun bit.
Where we all die?
No, I'm just checking time. Okay. Yep, we have just about the right amount of time for this.
11:35.
So you guys getting food. You'll notice a lot of the Lance members just seem to be kind of like giving you the eye, like, what is happening here? Like, very curious soldiers.
You mean essentially what they are?
Eventually one of them slides up to us. Alright, so I gotta ask, you came in with Guardsman Apollo. What is up with you? As he slides in with like a quick crew cut, fairly decently in shape. Is me and her, and he points over at somebody who was sent with have a bet. What's it gonna be?
Here describes what they told them. And shrugs.
Well, we both lose. Siren wasn't on the list.
Wait, what? Siren?
Somebody's walking around with siren tattoos, and you described what was said.
I did. No,
I think
not
he meant
that.
I think he meant what the commander guy said to him.
Commander guy said.
That's what he said. Siren, your face is everywhere. They want to talk to you.
No, about the fact
That's
that
why
they
I'm
told us they wanted to talk to him.
Okay,
he did
well,
say the tattoo, yeah.
that is exactly what I had. That's why I was
bit
confused.
TMI, man. Bit TMI. They don't need to
Also,
know.
her tattoos are still out.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like
sorry.
hiding them.
Yeah.
I can't
So-
really hide them.
No, gonna stick with that bit. Not when you're using the abilities, at least. And he just looked down and fuck. And just goes back to eating and goes, well, good luck. He's a bit of a rough man, but he's not unfair. And get back up and move off. I'm curious, what is everybody doing?
I have no idea. Sticking with the others.
Besides, here's actually a good question. Nessa, are you eating?
Eating?
They
No,
offered a meal for everybody. Okay.
I have allergies.
Fair enough.
Give you a ration later.
I'm sure that they have rations for allergies. Sure, the rations are also poison. They're not going to pass out and just die. Blocking poison.
Alright. And you hear that, alright. As coming in from back again through the doors is the large Lancer coming through. They want to talk to right now. And he points you, and he points at Jethro and Bertram.
Odd pairing,
Huh.
but okay.
Not the two I was expecting.
Turns to you and goes, "Soldier," as he turns to the guy who just talked to you. "Please take them to Commandant Grant." Stands up, gives like the quick salute, says, "Yes, sir. If you don't mind following me."
Well,
And he will lead you two off. If you follow.
No reason not to.
Okay.
don't cause any trouble while we're gone.
Yes, sir.
As you guys head out of the room, as he was referred to earlier, Guardsman Apollo looks down. "Food any good to your liking?"
Decent.
Gives a nod. And he goes over, gets himself food, and sits down a couple tables over from you. And pulls helmet off. Has short, tawny hair, like just kept in like a general cut, similar like a standard military cut. Clean shaven face. Crew cut.
He's got the high fade.
Hairdresser.
Now, as the other two are led off to the side,
Still a strange
through the
combo.
door, you guys are led down like a number of things that look like offices, meeting spots. You pass what looks by what looks like an armory, and eventually led into a full actual office with a big desk. Sitting behind it is a very much older gentleman, hair like a bit longer than standard, like slicked back, pulled back out of the way, graying. Has like a decent heftier mustache. Has like the build of somebody who used to be a lot bigger. It's still in shape, but they used to be a lot bigger in their youth. Clean uniform, like crisp uniform. And here's where we have a funky part. I would like everybody but Jethro and Bertram, for Arik and Robert, to either set your headphones down and keep an eye on chat, or drop out of the call and keep an eye on chat.
Defend thyself. Or
Just
go to
so I
voice
could
channel
call
2
you
so
back.
y'all can talk.
Or yeah, absolutely. If you guys want to, you can go to voice channel 2 and talk, and I'll just send a message in chat when it's...
And I'm gonna look at the stream thing and watch all of the names just disappear.
Just watching everybody shift. Medina?
Okay.
Okay, just checking to make sure you caught it.
You're alone.
So, now that it's just all of us here, this is fun. First time doing this one, but we get to have a little bit of fun with this one. As you walk in, he stands up. Well, he doesn't actually stand up. He gestures for you two to sit in the seats across from him.
If it happens that I have to be the person removed, I will remove my headset, because I can't really leave the call.
Yeah, absolutely. I assume something of the sorts.
Sorry, go on.
No, it's all good. It's a fair thing to know. Gestures to you to see, sitting down there. Fairly comfortable chairs for Vandora. Not bad.
Cool.
And you see on his desk, something you guys can see as you sit down, is he has both of your wanted posters sitting there. He also has a wanted poster for... Names are slipping me. He has a wanted poster for Crystal with her bounty. And this is something to note, because you guys didn't see this earlier. You see a wanted poster for Nessa for 3.2 billion.
And that compares to Crystal... How? I don't
Crystal's
I
at
don't
6, And you're at 1.5, Bertram.
Okay.
Jethro, yours is nowhere near that big of an issue. Yours is like 250,000.
I'm just collateral damage for tax evasion.
And industrial espionage.
No, just tax evasion.
So, he leans forward and steeples his finger. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but Bertram in Jethro Bag's correct.
Yep.
Oh, my last name is Sieg, but that's fine.
Your last name is what?
Sieg.
Oh, I'm sorry, I never heard your last name, so I didn't know.
It never came up.
He would indeed refer to you as Bertram Sieg, then. I have a proposition for the two of you. See, recently we've come into business acquisitions, issues on Pandora, a number of interesting things. Both of you have stood out in things. For example, recently we saw you in some derby issue, which admittedly probably was not your best showing. However, the handling and assessment of the individuals who crashed it was particularly interesting. For example, Bertram, you displayed some interesting abilities that I would be more than happy to add to the force. Jethro, you seemed like a capable technician with some higher-end inventions that you don't commonly see on private citizens or individuals not attached to a larger organization. At the base of this, before we get into any more details, as a courtesy question, would either of you be interested in joining the Crimson Lance?
Coincidentally, I was actually thinking about this being an option after what we were doing. Haven't seen you guys in the area. So I had mulled over the thought in my head already of applying.
I'm not opposed to the concept. I am worried about some extenuating circumstances.
Please elaborate.
Well, do you want me to go into full elaboration? Because it would involve stuff that Anshin wouldn't like me to talk about, but I think that their bounty says that their NDA is worthless now.
I would rather you go into more details. I have full faith that this will be fine.
Alright.
I'm currently speaking on behalf of Admiral Howe at the head of the Crimson Lances.
So long as this isn't some big double cross, I'm gonna feel real dumb afterward.
My offer is genuine.
So, strangeness and extenuating circumstances is on working a job for Anshin a while back. It seems like we were running defense and or make sure they can't escape for a siren they had in captivity. I sadly was at ground zero whenever that siren died and the power shifted to our compatriot in the other room. At which point in time, they dragged me through fuck knows what. And every now and then something will have a flare.
A flare is an interesting description. There's such a flare when you teleported or traversed the space between you and a very large individual. I believe it was referred to as Road Maw during the Derby.
Yes, that was
or
one
rather
such.
The end of it in the mishap and mayhem.
That was one such instance. My companion was in trouble, and in a bit of a I need to do something that ended up happening.
So is this involuntary or an ability you can use at will and train?
I'm working on it.
So trainable.
Maybe. Nothing concrete
Trainable
yet.
is acceptable. The potential is acceptable. Even if it isn't fully voluntary, it's still a very credible asset to have. Jethro, do you have any concerns with the situation?
Hmm. Well, don't quite know who put the bounty on me, but compared to some other people. Go ahead.
He just looked down and says, I believe it was the Tor Corporation.
The irony. But I got to say, give me resources. I have no problem slapping together gear for your boys. Vehicles.
You're always welcome in the technical department. We could always use more, keeping equipment at maximum efficiency.
I also have some
Fortunately,
experimental design.
We have an R&D department. This is Pandora. This is the place where we work on equipment that you'd otherwise be dangerous to test or work on.
I do have a question though.
Proceed.
What about the others?
What do you mean? What would I do with them? Are you trying to extend an offer, asking if my offer extends to them?
Well, bit of both.
My offer extends to you and Bertram. As I said when you came in, I have an offer for the two of you.
And what are the plans for the rest?
How attached are you to your group?
One of the more deranged ones that we've left in town and the short one in there, I got them out of a bad scrape. And I'd like to make sure that they can manage to have a chance at rebuilding their lives.
I have no personal feelings one way or another.
We can get the small one to a medical professional.
And additionally, with Crystal there, although it's her strangeness that's causing other things and much of the problem, I'm kind of worried about what might happen if they die. Full disclosure.
This came from the incident with her, correct?
Yes.
There have been instances in the past of individuals being imbued, affected, or otherwise swayed by siren powers. None of them seemed to suffer ill effects when the originator was gone.
It might also be worth your time to have an actual conversation with her, as she worked directly with Anshin. She might have some sort of company secret or otherwise. And
Indeed.
Nessa there, she seems a good enough sort. I hate to see something bad happen to her.
I have no intention in harming her.
Can you actually elaborate on her bounty at all?
I was intrigued with that as well.
Wanted alive for corporate espionage.
She doesn't
she
strike
just-
me as the espionage type. But that's
Well, as
neither
I
here
get
nor
into
there.
that kind of profession, I specialize in deception and confusion.
Yeah.
I've learned not to judge by appearances and immediate outward personas.
Hey, wasn't her father in the same line of work as her? Maybe she just saw something she shouldn't have.
Regardless, it is a wanted alive, less harmful and hurtful than many of the others. I have no intention of hurting her. Now, do you have any issues with the Crimson Lance and my offer? And before you ask, as a cursory answer as it seems to be for each of them, I have no interest in the large individual. I believe you referred to him as Barry. He is of the Monastery of the Nitrolene. They are notoriously difficult to work in groups, nor do they tend to leave their faith.
Yeah, understand that concept.
I mean, you could put him to work as a soldier on the front lines.
That's just consigning him to a grave, and you know it.
That was his life anyway, as someone who
Yeah,
runs a
I
people
know,
with
but
a
still.
ball and explode. Listen, you let him do what he loves, exploding people, I think he'll be happy.
Gross.
That being said, could also be assigned to a part of a task force or in special operations group going on the front lines type of deal that you could label him as unassociated.
They absolutely have their uses, but I will back up the claim of don't work well with groups.
He does kind of explode everything nearby him.
So, are the arrangements satisfactory?
Oh, what do you mean by join? Do you mean as an affiliation or rank and file, gonna send you here, do this?
I would prefer to induct you into the Crimson Lands themselves with a note of recommendation and an immediate position above the basic grunt and file. You've already proven yourselves notable in your line of work before Pandora, and upon arriving Pandora with your particular abilities, it would be a waste to send you through the constant basic trainings I must do to keep everyone else at the basic minimum.
As I did mention, I would be a huge risk in that area then. As I mentioned, Anshin might want me specifically.
I have full faith I can negotiate with Anshin to drop your bounty.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
Natural 13 for 15.
This is a man whose name is Grant, but Granite might be an accurate descriptor of his face.
I wasn't expecting much. I just had to make the check.
He's definitely the definition of an old, grizzled, composed individual.
The Lands have done good things for people traditionally across the board-ish. Kinda, sorta. There have been a couple periods.
The Crimson Lance has had a speckled history. We are a mercenary group.
But
I'm
amongst
aware of what our people have done.
But amongst the PMCs, I feel like they're the ones that have the best people factor, if that makes sense. Historically, anyway. Even once they fractured after death of, was it Steel, I believe?
Commander Steele, actually the name of the head of the Starlight Brigade, who opened the first vault. We were actually the Steel Brigade, named after her.
Oh. But even after that fracturing, the people left behind ended up being a force that actually did some positive things here, if I remember my history correctly.
I believe they joined an ex-Crimson Lance member and formed what was called the Crimson Raiders.
So assuming that some of the traditions maintain, compared to something like Hyperion, where you only ever hear about some mad scientist or some shit, it looks a bit better.
Indeed. So, do we have an agreement? Would you like to join the Crimson Lance?
What would be the assignment?
Initial assignment would be a testing to get the full scope of your abilities. I promise not a full basic training. And then go from there. However, one of them may be some... We've been tasked with collecting and or dealing with some aberrant wildlife that has cropped up currently and potentially opportunity.
Man, coincidence sure has been in our favor this last couple days.
Still did want to check out the rest of the land. Outside of just here. With the Pandora, because where the fuck else are we gonna go? But
Leans back. I could offer some of the more far-reaching missions requests and assignments to you if you prove capable in this area to explore the land, and potentially other planets in the galaxy if you wish. As I've said before, your abilities are very promising, interesting, and you are one of the very few individuals in this galaxy's history to be in your situation.
It's more the concept of, I just got... When you're having to do constant mercenary work to make sure you don't starve, you're really not allowed to move around too much of your own volition. I'm just worried of... I say yes, and then... stuck wherever you put me.
Big persuasion check for me.
Alright. Persuasion check. Plus 7, 17, plus 7 is 24.
Compromise then for this. When you sign on, the guaranteed 4 weeks of vacation that you are allowed to use that could only be redacted by extreme emergencies. As you continue to work and proceed, we can see about expanding that to more.
Hey, it's a lot of starting vacation.
As it is currently with your current set of abilities and previous skill sets, there is a likelihood you will end up as a specialist, which does not work as a standard unit with everybody else. Their assignments are much more pick and choose and tactically focused.
Work well on the fringes.
Hey, we'll always have a reason to test gear in extreme environments or against odd creatures.
Expeditionary forces are fun, except whenever you find shit like the Destroyer.
And then we'll just be destroyed.
Or you run away. Shoot it from space.
I would love to be able to drop orbital rods on something.
And these people might be the best option we have to seeing that become a reality.
Alright, guess we need to paint our armor red.
I'm game.
Holds out a hand.
I'll go first.
Shakes it. Welcome to the Crimson Lances. Holds one out for Jethro.
Shakes as well.
Welcome to the Crimson Lances. Now, and as he nods to you, he watches, he walks over, leans over, pushes a button on the echo device. Please escort Barry from the compound, the two ladies to holding cells, and the small, morphed individual to the medical bay. That is where we will stop for the moment.
You sure you don't want to try to escort Barry from the compound before you end the session? Or, you know, bring us back at the very least? Because, you know, they're in a different call.
Time constraint. I'm getting ready to pull them back in for our wrap-up bit.
Alright. Just for the sake of it, I may join them, but I'm still a little bit of an agent of chaos. I'm gonna, if we're leaving...
I'm absolutely aware if things can go funky.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Barry a message that say that they're going to escort you from the premises before somebody gets over there and tries to strong-arm him. That's gonna go fucking poorly.
Just let them all rejoin.
Alright, I have acquired dream job of making experimental weapons to blow shit up. Perfect.
It's in Medina. We could go to Voice 2, but Voice 2 doesn't show up on the fucking stream. No, you was.
Did Robert just go to that one back?
No, it's just hanging.
Well, you betrayed us, right?
Welcome back, everybody. Very quickly, you type out your message, Bertram, and Barry, you get a message saying negotiations. Like, what would you send to Barry, actually?
I only have time to, like, write a quick little thing, because we're just moving. They're coming to escort you from the premises. Maybe hostility minimum.
Hostility minimum? Okay.
Alright. Crystal. Your passive perception is 20, correct?
Yes, it is.
You hear the slightest bit of this at a very faint whisper of a stern, calm voice say, "Please escort the two ladies to the holding cells, the small morphed one to the medical bay, and the one known as Barry from the premises."
Oh no.
And that is where we will call session.
Oh no. This is not good.
I told
That is where we will call session for the night.
No.
And Max didn't believe me. I told you so.
It's okay. I'm just
Doesn't prove
adding.
that they did that.
I'm just adding like $3 billion to my sheet.
I knew it. I told this. I feel so justified now.
The amount of I didn't sell you up the river is tangible here. Anything before closing? Now that you've tossed us under a bus?
Yeah, everyone in fairness.
They literally give you a warning of heads up.
Yeah, they gave a fair warning. You're being escorted from the premises, Barry.
Alright, I assume this is gonna go well, alright?
I feel bad for the doctors.
Well, this is
Very
where we'll call
reasonable.
session for the
Alright,
night and pick up next time.
I mean,
See you
I'm
guys
probably gonna
in
figure
4
out
months.
something's gone wrong when nobody else shows the fuck up in like a day or so.
I don't understand the trajectories from this point, so I guess we'll see what happens. Bye, I guess.
Well, I mean,
We leave on confusion, possible betrayal, and definitely chaos.
They have the recording. Fuck off with that shit.
Yeah. I would ask
Arik...
politely ask everybody of our players, please wait to listen to this one if you do until after our next session.
Okay, I don't listen to them anyways.
It's fair, we played them.
Yeah, we played them.
Goodbye.
I don't listen to it once. I lived it.
I will consume the
Bye.